go on and talk.
We're good. Hello, friends!
Hi, everybody.
Hi, friends.
Hello.
Look at this ragtag group of people.
Hey,
Very
I'm not
beautiful.
ragtag. I'm gorgeous.
Yes, every person at this table is gorgeous.
Yeah, all a bunch of hotties.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
All right, well, we've got a special presentation for you today. It is, by the time you're watching this, it'll officially be spring.
Yay!
So we are playing a nature-themed game. We're playing a game called Trophy Dark.
Oh, it's about to get lit, bro. We're about to have fun.
This is my first time running it, and all of our, I'm pretty sure everybody's first time playing it, unless Jeremy's played it before.
I have not.
But if you don't remember, I'm Tyler. I've done a couple guest DM sessions, Harbingers crew.
I'm B, and I'm very cool.
Hey, I'm Jeremy. I've been here one time before, and I haven't been killed yet, so yay.
I'm Cameron, aka Ashenhand, and I'm just here for the fun with our this beautiful crew. It's always fun to have these two here.
Yes.
Tyler is a wonderful DM. I've never had the opportunity to play with Jeremy, so I'm like really excited.
Oh, you're going to regret that so much.
I promise you, I'm not.
We have
watch the Harbingers?
I do.
we have no announcements as we do not have our April schedule figured out yet. But happy April Fool's Day tomorrow. Enjoy that. Make some ruckus. And thank you for
Just don't fake a pregnancy, because that's a shitty thing to do.
Yeah, that's not a good April Fool's joke. Okay. Thank you very much, and now
All right, so like I said, our game today is Trophy Dark. The premise of Trophy Dark is that you are desperate treasure hunters going into a place that does not want you there. If you've seen movies like Stalker or Annihilation, same sort of vibe. You're going into the zone, and you might get yourself mutated based on what happens. The way it kind of works is we play with D6s. You've got light dice and dark dice. The way it basically works is there's a couple different rolls. The main one we'll be doing is a risk roll. So if you're doing something risky, you start with a dark die. If you have a relevant skill, you have a light die. And you can also get another light die if you take a devil's bargain, which is something that will happen regardless of what you roll, proposed by the group. Basically, 1 through 3, failure, things get worse. 4 and 5, you do it, but there's a complication. 6, you succeed. And if your dark die rolls higher than your ruin, and your dark die is the highest, your ruin goes up, and you get a condition or mutation. So pretty simple once you're actually doing it. It is very much a story game, and we will get into it if everybody is ready.
just a point of clarification. Ruin is bad. In case Cameron didn't know.
Just another point of clarification. I have never, ever rolled well with bulk D6s.
Ruin equals bad.
Ruin equals fun.
It's just he was taking rituals before in character creation. He's like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and I was like, so you're starting out with
took
more.
2.
I'm like, you're starting out with more ruin, great. And he's like, yeah, I don't even know what ruin is. I said, it's called ruin, Cameron.
I'm halfway to death.
But our quest today, or rather our incursion as the game calls them, is called the Flocculent Cathedral. If you don't know what flocculent means, it means to be covered in moss or to have a moss-like quality.
Pause for a second. Your mic is muted. Underneath the mic, there's a red light. Touch it.
Oh, here it is.
Did it just happen?
I don't know.
Because
I
I've been
just thought to
watching the
look.
mixer and he's been making sound.
I just thought to look.
You probably heard him quiet there for a little while, and that's on me. Sorry.
That's okay. We're playing Trophy Dark, and our quest is called the Flocculent Cathedral.
Explain what flocculent means again? Because
It
I thought flatulent.
means flocculent means covered in moss or having a moss-like quality.
I really like that word.
I assume it has the same basic root as like flocking for bases of miniatures, or
Yeah, we
terrain.
put like the green stuff on it to make it
Yeah,
like
like
look
the fuzzy
nice.
stuff.
Yeah,
Make it
same
go
same
mossy.
sort of thing. All Alright, so if everybody's ready, we will get started.
You can introduce their characters. Give me 2 seconds.
Alright, I'll start us off with the game's intro. When winding vines choke chiseled stone, when graven gods are overgrown, when thorns burst forth from living bone, when vengeful seeds are finally sown, these woods will claim a trophy of their own. To the east, from the lands of men, lies the forest of Caldur. It stretches as far north and south as anyone has ever traveled. Attempts to map the interior of the forest have always failed. The forest itself seems to grow unnaturally fast, where distances shift, paths tangle, and those who traverse the forest seem to lose their way and disappear into a place of dark and foreboding magic. Deep within the forest is said to lie a holy site known as the Flocculent Cathedral. Inside these overgrown ruins lie the bones of the martyred saints. It is said that anyone who finds these bones will have their greatest desire fulfilled. So it is the last hope of many desperate treasure seekers. Each of you has come to a place called Fort Durin, which is the last bastion of civilization at the edge of Caldur Forest. It's been a long trek. You've all met on the road, 9 days, 2 weeks maybe. So I'll start by having you each introduce yourself and what you're doing at the edge of this inhospitable place. We'll start with B.
My name is Haley Delgado. I am in search of the saints' bones, perhaps for different reasons than the men that I keep company with. I am dressed very fancy for a treasure hunter. And I'm very careful with my words.
All right.
I'm dressed very, it looks like noble regalia, but really it's, not. Like, if somebody went to the thrift store to buy, a costume for royalty. I'm really trying to put on an air of civility. Yeah.
Okay. And Jeremy.
I am playing Cerulean Burnswitch. He looks to be a brightly, almost glittery person with green sage outfit, a vest over robes, which is not a great look, a belt of vines, but on each wrist he has some manacles that seem to have been broken right at where it would clasp to chains. And he was at one point being forced forward by some guards. Very, very outgoing, despite clearly being forced to go forward. And he is very open about being one of the Fey folk, one of the horrible tricksters of the woods who is no longer part of the spirit of the wood.
Okay. And Cam.
I am bringing back pastrami. However, pastrami this time is a 4'11", 52-year-old man with arthritis.
At least his last problem got resolved. Okay.
He's pretty rough and tumble, you could say.
Okay.
Considering my number one skill right here is just destruction.
Okay.
He tends to destroy things, and that does not stop when it comes to relationships.
He's got a fiery attitude.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
You could say...
Does he intentionally destroy things, or is it more accidental?
Both. It's a whole thing. Probably the ADHD or the autism, but he doesn't know. He's 52 and he doesn't care.
Okay. Okay.
He's probably senile too.
Sure.
So let's be
Sure.
real.
The Meisters haven't been very helpful.
But his fucking knees hurt and he needs to sit down.
Okay. All right. Well, you've all arrived at Fort Durin. It's a fairly large place, but you notice a couple things. It seems like here at the fort, they are really having to put in a lot of effort to try to hold back the growth of the forest. You know, every morning they come out, they have to pull the vines down from the walls of their buildings, scrub out the moss from between the cobblestones. People leave their clothes out to dry, and already there's like a layer of pollen on top of them by the time they're dry. And there's just the constant sound of woodsmen chopping the trees and sawing the trees down. And you guys, you've each come to the gate to Fort Durin, like the exit gate. Out beyond this portcullis is the huge forest beyond. There's a couple guards here standing watch. They look older, sort of portly. One of them's leaning sort of lazily on his spear, and the other's sitting on like a makeshift wooden desk. And he's like, "Papers, please."
All right, very well. Cerulean reaches into his vest and pulls out a scroll, hands it off to the guard. Please take this.
He takes it, like unspools it. Take a look at what you got here.
All right, I've been handed off to their custody. You can go, I say to the guards that are following me.
And they kind of like adjust their brims, and they like kind of grumble to themselves, like, "If you're going in there, we're not following. Best to be off with you."
Wonderful.
And you guys both hand over yours.
Mine is stained yellow,
Oh, sure.
and it has a weird smell.
Oh, all right. His nose doesn't work too good, so he doesn't mind.
They're also kind of moist.
No bueno. But he kind of like, he opens them all up. He takes this big green like ink stamps like a tree on it, the symbol for Fort Durin. He takes a look at you with like his one good eye, and he's like, "You folks are looking for the Flocculent Cathedral, ain't ye?"
Are there any other reasons that people would come to this outpost of humanity?
No, I've seen your type come through here for years.
Oh, have you now?
You've all got the same look in your eyes, looking for those old stones out in the woods.
I get offended momentarily looking at these two and then going,
Always trying to find that old mossy church.
I don't know why you would say we all have the same look. They're very different from me. But yes, we are. We seek out, I think, what everybody seeks out.
And the other one, oh, go ahead, Kim.
Money.
The other one, he kind of like chuckles to himself as he like bends down to like start opening up this portcullis. And you notice as he's like pulling it open, there's like vines tangled around the bottom bars already. So he like rips them away and starts pulling it up.
I start smacking the vines with my walking
It's
stick.
it's very loud and rusty.
Get.
He's like, "You folks, be careful. They say there's just so much good killing out there."
Wonderful. Thank you very much for opening this gate for us. It is wonderful to have pathways opened ahead of us. You may call me Cerulean. May I have your name?
Don't.
No.
But the guard thinks about it for a second, and he's like,
Say no.
"Oh, you won't need it where you're going."
Oh.
And he hands you your papers back. He's like, "Best of luck to you. I doubt our paths will cross again."
You better hope it doesn't. For all of our sakes. And I flounce into the
Okay.
fort.
I saunter.
All right. Yep. So you guys,
I limp.
you guys leave Fort Durin, and the portcullis slowly like grinds shut behind you, slams down. And as you guys leave Fort Durin, you stand at the edge of the forest of Kaldur, and you have officially entered Ring 1.
Are we spooked? What?
It suddenly feels a little more lonely out here on
Oh,
the other
no.
side of the portcullis.
There is nothing that can make Pastrami feel any more lonely than his life.
Oh,
This forest don't do shit.
We'll see. But you guys walk a little bit further into the woods, sort of past the tree line. The first thing you come upon, or at least the suggestion of what you come upon, looks like maybe an old military encampment that's been fallen to ruin. You know, like this makeshift barracks has got kudzu vines growing all over it. These makeshift wooden beams that were the walls have kind of like tipped over and rotted. The only thing that really remains are these 3 practice dummies that are sort of sunken down into this wet soil. They've all been impaled with like rusted swords and spears. They've got rotten arrows sticking out of them. And out of each of the runes, or each of the wounds, they have moss sort of trailing out in the way blood sort of would, like entry and exit wounds. As a matter of fact, these wounds seem strangely familiar to you, like you've maybe seen them on yourself. Maybe they were a blow you've given to someone else.
I
Maybe
look at their knees.
maybe they were a blow that you gave to someone else, or that you saw a friend suffer. So B, why don't you start us off and tell us what one of these wounds looks like to you and why it feels so familiar.
one of the reasons that Haley Delgado is disgraced is because she did not put up with the disrespect often afforded to her from the family name that she carried. And one of the lovers that she took happened to be of noble blood. And upon having pillow talk afterwards, discussions got heated, as he basically said he would never take her as a wife. She got angry, and she stabbed him underneath the ribs. He did not die, but one of the wounds on one of these dummies, right there under the rib, and it looks, the vines are flowing down just the way the blood did, in a very liquid fashion, and the vines almost look unnaturally liquid, despite their plant state.
Okay. Jeremy?
Cerulean looks at one of the dummies and realizes that there's a toothed wound across the chest, going from a shoulder to just underneath the armpit of another. As he has a faint recollection of running through the woods with the younger brother of his betrothed. They were running from some great gnarled beast, and it was gaining on them and gaining and gaining. And Cerulean knew that there was only one way to evade this creature, and he looked at the younger brother and said, "I'm so very sorry," and stabbed him in the ankle. He fell. Cerulean ran as the great beast chomped down on the upper part of his body and rent the entire top of his head and shoulder away from his torso. Cerulean survived, though, and fortune favors the bold. So
Okay. So I'm imagining maybe like this dummy looks like it's been like ripped in half and like stitched back together, and it's got like some of the straw spilling out of the middle,
yes,
where like the
100%.
vines are kind of growing out of as well, spilling down onto the ground. Cameron.
Pastrami kind of looks at these dummies, and kind of looks at everybody else and he goes, "You know, I used to be an adventurer.
God damn it.
Then that happened, and that happened, and that happened." And he's just pointing to various cuts and stabs, and there's an axe in one of their heads, where you can't see it because he's got a full head of hair, but he's got a scar down the full length of his head.
Okay.
But most notably, he says, "And then that was the end of my career." And he points. There's
A dummy has knees.
a dummy has knees, and there's an arrow in it. I was one adventure once, till I took an arrow to the knee.
Always a classic. Always a classic.
Yeah, that's how I had to retire. That's
like-
where the limp comes from.
I like the idea of vines growing out of a dummy's head, though. Like, right from the axe split, it looks like hair.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, the world's most gruesome chia pet.
But yeah, no, there's like, you can see on these dummies just like cuts all over the chest, the back, the legs, the arms. These things are fucked up.
Okay. Okay.
But you can't see an pastrami because he usually wears long sleeves and pants.
He's an angry old man.
He's a crotchety old man.
And, I'm sure as you look over these, you're sure it's just a coincidence.
Yeah, there's no way that all those injuries are so similar.
I kind of look at one. I remember this one. Weird.
Have you been out here before? Is this not new to you? I thought we were all out here for the first time.
That's not what I'm talking about. And I lift up my shirt. Just a
Holy!
bunch of scars on my chest. Cuts and pierce wounds, and
Ye gods!
then I gesture to these dummies and I say,
So I think you might recognize any injury you see on any person from the
probably.
appearance. But I will say it is odd.
"You're very well placed on these dummies."
Yes, this one seems familiar.
And I start taking out all the arrows and the swords and the axe.
They all kind of like crumble in your hands. These weapons are just useless.
Fuck.
It's very moist out here,
There'll be no help to you.
Tell that to my papers.
which I also believe I saw and smelled were moist. Continuing on.
I don't know how they got that way.
Jeremy, does Cerulean have anything to add?
No, Cerulean is staring off into the woods a bit more, muttering to himself things like, "Oh, you are not like my old friend. You are not the woods to the west. You are something different, something more sinister, something with an intention that does not like us."
So you're talking to the woods?
More to himself. Going,
Okay.
"Oh yes, you would do that." If he catches your eyes, he turns. Eyes get real big Cheshire cat grin across his face. "Yes, this is a wonderful little adventure we're on. We've taken 10 steps, and it's already getting a bit late. I think we should press on."
So
As the
I wanna
strange
find
one
something
recommends.
first. I want to find a person that looks like they might be selling stuff.
oh, there's
nobody.
There's no commerce out here.
No?
No.
Is there any like builders or anything, or a
You-
guardsman I can talk to?
You are off in the wilderness.
Do you
friend.
know where we are? We are in spooky forest that won't stop growing faster than people can
But
keep
we're
up
only
with.
like 10 steps inside the gate, right?
You've been walking
Outside
for
of
a
the
while.
portcullis.
You've been walking for a while and you found this. So you guys carry on for a little while
I want a
longer.
hammer.
It ain't gonna matter. We all
Can I
gonna
just have a
die.
hammer?
You can have whatever makes sense for your character to have.
He has a hammer.
So you carry on for a little while longer. You come soon to the root cluster of this large mossy tree. And sort of tangled in these roots, you see about 3 corpses laying there. They each seem like they've been trampled. They've had their heads sort of caved in, their chests have been stomped in, their limbs are sort of in a tangle.
Are they covered in moss?
Not yet. They are covered in something, though. Between each of them, this sort of intricate spider web glistens in between each body. And exactly 13 emerald green spiders are scuttering in between them.
They can stay
I
there.
have a flamethrower and I light them all on fire.
That's, I was say they can stay there. Haley actively recoils from that scene.
Okay.
Cameron actively recoils from that scene.
Cerulean sits down and crosses his legs outside the ring of spiders and gets real low and kind of tries to stare at the spiders, trying to discern if there's any intelligence beyond just animal intellect.
Oh, they seem to be moving around sort of haphazardly. They seem intent on weaving this big web for themselves.
Sounds like
They
a
don't
bunch
seem
of
to
stupid
like
spiders.
move away from you or move towards you or anything like that.
Size of the spider, like fist size?
Nope. About size of a pea.
Okay,
Yeah.
so...
Tiny.
Ah, wonderful. Pastrami, you're someone who is great with the ability to destroy, correct?
Yeah.
How much force do you think it would take a spider this big to crush someone's skull?
The spider couldn't do it.
Are you sure?
I am 1,000% sure.
So, we're in the pathway of something that could crush skulls, and are dealing with spiders in their aftermath.
It looks like the spiders just kind of live in the forest, and they found a new home.
Yeah.
But like,
I agree, though, with Cerulean that we are in the company of something that can do this.
yeah.
Cerulean then takes a quick gander over the bodies to see if there's any paper or books
Okay.
or things like that, because we are trying to find our way in. These people were at some point in here. Let's see if they have a hand-drawn map or a diary of some sort to see what their lived experience in this wood is.
Okay, you wanna search the bodies and see what they've got on them.
Loot the bodies.
Okay.
Gonna loot that body?
So you search them, and it looks like this was probably like a research expedition from one of maybe the colleges in the West, in one of the big cities. You open their notebook, and it's like a field log of like expedition notes. As you flip through, it seems to get a little more frantic, a little more confused, like they're crossing off things. Seems the path was shifting on them.
Ooh.
As a geomancer, Cerulean takes note of the paths, trying to see if there are any major paths that would still lead us forward, lead us toward at least the heart of the forest, if not our eventual goal.
Yeah, it seems like they eventually kind of got turned around, like they were going in a big long circle. It seemed at first they were continuing sort of like eastern, like straight into the heart of the woods. But then again, they sort of curved around a few times. So they weren't even entirely sure.
Did they take notes? Like, are there any things in the margins of their research journals about, like, the shifting paths? Was it the growth that they couldn't physically go through? Was it something that was unexplainable in the direction?
So it seems like each time they would make camp, they would wake up and they would have lost recollection of where they were.
Oh. We have to make quick work of being out here.
Can I look around and try and decipher in what direction our lovely skull-crushing friend went?
Do you have...
The tracking skill, yes.
Yeah, you go ahead.
How roll?
So you've got the tracking skill, so you've got one light die.
All right.
You've got...
Use this.
I'll say... What do we think could go wrong if Cameron fails this roll?
What are you doing again? You're looking for...
I'm looking around to see if I can see in which direction our lovely skull-crushing friend went.
Yeah, okay. Well, first and foremost, he could know exactly where it went, and it could be there.
It could have gone up.
It could have gone up.
And stayed
I
there.
don't think that it's anything that dangerous. It would be more of, discovering the young of something that could,
Oh, no.
crush skulls.
I like that one. I like that one. I like that one. Cameron, what do we think could go wrong if you fail this roll?
Big spider above us.
I think I'll go with Jeremy's, actually. So if you fail this roll, you will discover the young of whatever caused this scene. So you can roll me your light die. You can also roll a dark die if you feel like you're putting your body and mind at risk by rolling this.
I mean, I'm just kind of looking around. I don't feel like there's any risk to looking and tracking.
Sure. You can also take a devil's bargain, which will give you another light die, which is something that will happen regardless of what you roll.
If it's going to happen no matter what, then yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Of course I'm going to take the
but you have
extra.
to.
yeah, what do you guys think could happen regardless of what he rolls?
Regardless of what he rolls, I think that the spiders are going to be unhappy that they're being disturbed.
Okay.
I think that despite what you roll, it might not be spiders, it might not be the skull crushing thing, but there will be something following us.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
It's a devil's bargain. What did you expect?
Alright, that's fine. So,
You don't have to accept, but if you want to, you can.
You could just roll one light die if you wanted.
Yeah.
Coward.
alright. So, what am I looking for number-wise here? You
So-
said 3 and below is automatic failure.
Yeah, things get worse if it's...
And then
4 and 5 is okay, but something happens.
And then 6 or
is-
higher,
6 is
we're
success.
Gucci.
Yeah.
Yep, and you're
now
just
are we
taking
looking at a single die roll?
Yes.
the highest die you roll out of that group?
And you're rolling 2, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you took the devil's bargain. Which one's the highest?
4.
Okay.
Did you roll a dark die with it as well?
No,
No, because I don't think anything can go wrong.
No, he didn't think he was
all I'm
risking his
doing is
body.
looking around.
Okay. So I'll say as you look around, you do find the young of whatever this creature was. And it seems like rather than spiders, they seem to be like some sort of misshapen bear cubs. Like maybe their limbs have grown wrong. Maybe like their faces were like deformed. Like they were born with like out ears. And they seem to have been not quite stillborn, but it seems like they didn't last very long.
Aw. Baby.
And there's a discernible scent of animal musk around them.
Something's been here recently. But it's not necessarily here right now, but it's been here recently.
There are some large tracks, but they seem to disappear into the underbrush.
So it headed that way?
We're going not that way, right? You looked at the maps.
Even if we were heading that way, we're not heading that way.
Here's the thing, though. Just because it went that way, I just know that it went that way up until about right there, and I point toward the track's end. It's entirely possible it went 5 more feet and then turned,
Oh, no.
or turned.
That's impossible. Everyone knows that animals in the woods continue on a straight path, unerring. Do not take a left or right.
So you're an idiot.
There's a thing that people use called sarcasm.
So you're an idiot.
Oh, I could show you such wonderful things. I
I
am
can
not
show
an
you a
idiot.
good time, too. And he winks at you.
Well, I suppose I did not pay for a competent party to follow
Why
me.
did-
This is
when-
my own fault.
And he just immediately whips around and goes, all right, I'm not going that way.
Yes, quite. Not me either. So I guess we'll go this way.
All right.
Let's continue forth.
Okay.
Before
All right.
we do,
Yeah.
I look on the bodies one more time. Do any of them have any jewelry, like any lockets or wedding rings or like?
If they did, it all seems to be missing, which we'll follow up in another scene shortly.
Wonderful.
Look at that.
Then yes, let's move on.
As you guys sort of move through this sort of tall maze of trees and scrub brush, off in the distance you start to hear what sounds like people singing in a very like off-key drunk sort of way. It's for like doggerel verse, like shanties basically, sort of carried on the wind.
Yeah, I know that song.
You hear someone or a group of people singing about people who have found their way to the Flocculent Cathedral, but promptly squandered the riches they found there. And they also sing about how the forest managed to reclaim what was given, either by sorcery, trick, or simply bad luck. You hear these songs echoing in the trees around you. I'll start with one, and it goes like this. Saint who spilled their blood for me, lain in flocculent reverie, I seek your light upon my brow, I would be your trophy now. So tell me, each of you, what sort of lyrics do you hear that remind you of your own treasure hunter and seem to serve as a warning? Cam, we can have you go first with this one.
Abandon all hope, ye who enter here, for Ahino's work will never appear, lest... No, that's it.
It doesn't have to rhyme if you don't want it to.
No, that's it. That's just it.
All right, you just catch a couple scraps of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeremy?
One of the verses is about treasure hunters seeking their heart's desire, finding treasures for the hearts of others, but will eventually be reclaimed into the heart of the forest.
Okay. Okay. And B?
Strangely, very ominously, I hear a verse about seeking freedom and forbidden fruit to be around those who are just like you. And it speaks to Haley in a way that she almost doesn't want to move closer to the sound of this song.
Okay. You guys kind of continue on. You still hear this singing, but as you sort of push through these dense trees, you do eventually come to the source of them. And you see, it was probably once a field, but it's become sort of overgrown, like these smaller trees and bushes. You see this huge field of like armored bodies. Looks like two sides of this conflict, just scattered through the mud and dirt in between these trees. And sort of scavenging around in them, you see these mismatched bandits. Their hair is kind of grown out, their beards are long and scraggly, their clothes don't really fit. They've got like some mismatched, dented armor, all from different sets. They've all got like twigs and stuff tangled in their hair. They are like picking through these dead bodies of these fallen knights. And some of them are singing as they're like pulling off these rings and like pulling off these belts of weapons. Digging
Pull out
through.
a Beretta.
Cerulean steps forward with purpose and joins them in their singing. If for no other reason than those two are not even in the same key, and they just harmonies. Please, you take the low part, take the high. And so is trying to lead them in their song.
Okay.
I jump in
steps,
as well.
And steps forward. Oh my, no. Pick a key, any key.
I pull out my flask and so out of key.
Okay.
And then Cerulean steps forward, big grin on his face, starts picking pieces of armor off of the dead bodies.
Okay.
While just kind of like staring at the bandits, kind of oh yes, we're part of the
Okay.
We're having fun as well.
The one nearest to you, he's like this young, like red-headed kid. Can't be much more than like 16 or 17. Like the most Irish-looking dude you've ever seen. He's got like Berbers stuck on this stolen gambeson that he's wearing. His hair has like sticks sticking out of it. And he's like pulling on like this knight's like bracelet, trying to get this treasure off. And he's like, "Come on, mate. You won't be needing this where you're going." he like kind of yanks it off, and like the whole arm like sloughs off. And he like holds it up, and then he notices you, and he's like, "Oh, who are you?"
You'll want to rinse that in the river. Oh, I'm just like you, a man of fortune.
Oh, you're here for some of the spoils too, eh?
We're all here for the treasures of this forest.
Oh, well, plenty here to pick from.
Haley is just horrified.
He like kind of like swings his arm, like saunters over to you, and he's like, "All dead, all of them dead. Nobody left to bury 'em. Don't worry though, Mother Nature will do her trick. Pull 'em down deep, tuck 'em in tight. It'll be like it never even happened."
That's one way to put it.
I look at the guy who was struggling with the bracelet, and I go, "Hey, next time you try and cut it off, comes off easier."
"Oh, you mean like with this?" And he like pulls out this huge like dagger from like his back pocket.
Yeah, exactly. Use that, cut it off right below it, and then it just slides right off.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And he like waggles it like right in your face.
Get that shit out of our face, though.
Like this other one with like this big like gnarled battle axe and like this mismatched leather armor comes walking over. They've all started to like take notice of you, and they're all starting to like walk over towards you, sort of like flanking you a little bit.
I don't like that.
I will immediately take a flirtatious stance towards the bigger guy who's got the mismatched armor. So I'll like take my horrified gaze from this redhead and just like my eyes go glossy.
Okay. Before we move on too much though, I will ask you a question. How do you notice that life in the forest has taken its toll on these bandits physically? Like how does it affect them?
So it's clear already from the way that the red-headed one spoke that they have fully drank some sort of Kool-Aid. And in their living within the woods, in their being surrounded by moisture, surrounded by greenery, moss, this constant cycle of life and death and decay, it seems like they have themselves started to sort of physically represent that cycle in that certain parts of their body seem like aged more than they should be.
Okay. Jeremy?
Cerulean notices a similar thing, but takes it in a completely different tone. While Haley notices that they've aged, Cerulean notices that they don't look like they were apart from the battle. One person was probably left for the battle, and they finished them off. And these bandits have wounds that show that they have fought before. And the wounds are not healing right. They're all gangrenous. And all these bandits have a particular smell of wet rot. That horrible meat stench of food that has gone off for weeks. It is not that nice bright smell of fresh produce. It is the smell of just rot and decay.
Okay. Cam?
For pastrami, similar to both of you guys, it's not as simple as just, they got moss on them, like you might think you would think. He actually takes it a step further. They have moss on them, yes, but it almost looks like the moss is rooting into them. Like they are the source of life for the moss. And it's almost like the moss is like fueling them psychologically to reclaim or claim these treasures, potentially for the cathedral, maybe.
Okay.
In a sense of like, not necessarily greed of the cathedral or the forest, but rather a reclamation or a sense of like justice or payback.
Okay.
Acting on behalf of Mother Nature, like Mr. Redhead just said.
Okay.
More along the lines of being controlled by through the roots of the moss.
Very cool.
Okay. Okay. Very nice.
Moss
very nice.
mycelium. Love it.
Okay. Yep. So they all do also look pretty well fed. Like the woods is taking care of them. It's bringing them game and bringing them fruit as they act in service.
You help me, I help you.
Very cool. It's terrifying, but cool.
So kind of rolling back a little bit. They are all kind of like flanking you now. So like scratching these mossy beards that they've got. Sort of like picking at their wounds a little bit. And they've all like got their hands on like their weapons as they kind of like look you over, trying to see what your next move is gonna be.
So the reason I was flirting is I have flattery.
Okay.
And so as they start to flank us, I start to play the helpless damsel in distress.
Okay.
And particularly with the big guy, I like very carefully am going to put my hand on his chest and just say how grateful I am that somebody so big and strong is here and can protect us, because all of the dead bodies has me so worried.
Okay. Let's call this a risk roll. So you'll take 1 for using your skill.
One light, one dark, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And you can also take a devil's bargain if you want to.
Sure, why not? What's our devil's bargain,
Yeah.
friends?
What do we think will happen regardless of what B rolls?
We already have somebody following us, so
No, we don't. Yes,
it
we do.
happens
We
regardless.
totally do.
I think if you want this devil's bargain, they're not going to attack us, but they will have completely surrounded us on all sides.
Moss's influence takes hold a little stronger on him.
Okay, so they've become a little bit more like feral.
Not necessarily feral, but more like for the woods, in a sense.
Okay, more sort of like herky-jerky, not as much control over like their own bodies.
Not as human anymore.
Okay.
Works for me.
Alrighty. And you're taking the light die, another light die, and the dark die.
Yes.
Okay. What do we think will go wrong if B fails this roll?
Shit. Well, we're for
Axe
sure
to
getting
the face.
attacked. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that seems logical.
Because they did approach the one with the battle axe.
Yes.
Okay.
And I put my hand on their chest, so
Okay.
maybe he comes at my hand with his axe.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Here we go.
Either way, you're getting axed. If you fail.
Okay, so my highest one is on the dark die.
Okay.
It is the 6.
Okay. So you do succeed in flirting with this gentleman. But I will say that you will have your ruin go up by 1.
Okay.
And you will also take a condition.
Okay.
Oh, what do I think would be an appropriate condition for you hanging out with this mossy guy? Oh, I think...
So the conditions are all on sheets for this adventure.
Yep, I have the conditions.
And they're all tied into this.
Oh...
And we're only in ring 1 as we go on.
Yep,
They'll
there's
get
more and more
worse
conditions.
and
So I will
worse.
say, for Haley, sounds are going to become muffled and indistinct as forest green moss begins to grow in your ears.
Okay. I've caught the moss STD.
That's insane. Okay.
So I will say that they kind of like give each other a look, and they all sort of like lower their weapons a little bit.
But they're around us completely.
And but this
And they start to move jerky.
they're all starting to like. The red-headed one, he's still a little bit cognizant, although he moves with kind of like a limp a little bit more, like his shoulders kind of jerk a little bit as he comes towards you with this awkward step that he has now, and he says, "You folks are looking for that green chapel, ain't ye?"
Yes, that is where we're headed. Do you know?
He's like, "Oh,
way?
there's a river running to the north of here. At least I think it's north if I have my bearings right." And he kind of looks around a little bit. You follow that. I wouldn't say it's green on the whole, but you know, between the moss and the vines and the ruin and whatnot, looks like there's a chapel that might be green-ish. You know, it could be what ye seek.
It's not green on the whole, but if you have green on the whole, you should wipe better.
All right. I believe that's enough guidance for us.
River, wonderful.
Can you point north?
Yeah, and he kind of like turns around a little bit and he's like, that way.
He does the Hatter thing.
I'm gonna attempt to decipher which way is north
Okay.
based on the placement of the sun.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you're able to do that.
Okay. Is he pointing in the correct direction?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's got
Remember,
himself-
he's in tune with the forest.
Yeah.
The forest is controlling him.
The forest might not want us to get to the cathedral.
Are you guys gonna head off in that direction?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
After waving goodbye at them and grabbing the last little bangle I can off of one of the corpses.
One of them will call out after you as you start to walk away. He'll say, "Is our help worth nothing to you?"
And I don't hear him because I can't hear things.
Cerulean stops, turns. Hospitality in all of its forms should be rewarded. As Cerulean, almost poutily walks back.
Uh-huh. And this guy, he's like, I'm sure some brave adventurers like yourselves have just a small kindness to spare poor wretches like us.
I'm gonna say.
Haley is unfortunately still walking because I didn't hear him shouting.
I'm gonna as I hear this and I see you walking, I'm gonna tap your shoulder.
Cerulean bows and with a flourish, when he stands back up, is holding a small bottle of wine.
Ooh.
And blows some dust off of it. Excellent vintage. I do believe these spirits might calm the ones inside.
Ooh, and he takes it, he shakes it around a little bit. Is it like white wine or is it like red wine?
Oh, it's the most delicious wine that you've ever tasted. It's flavorful and has a color to it.
Okay. He pulls out his knife and he pops the top right off and he starts sucking this down too.
Not eloquent
You
at
should
all.
let it breathe. You know what? You know how to enjoy yourself.
Do they seem satisfied with that?
Oh yeah. They seem nice and satisfied.
lean down to Pastrami. What? I can't. What are they talking about?
I get right up to you and I say, they wanted to get paid!
Okay.
But,
Can you hear me now?
Yep. He sort of waves you off and he's like, mind the path. It's tricky.
Good to know. Thank you oh so much.
And as you guys sort of walk off, you hear them go back to singing. And they sing, this foul entombment of your will, I would not see you slumber still. No quarter to what men allow, take me as your trophy now. And with that, you have moved into Ring 2.
Yes. I'm glad you spoke up and gave them wine because I was going to pull out one of my endless flasks of whiskey because I was an adventurer for a very long time until I got shot in the knee. And I have many of
I do
those.
have one question about your whiskey.
What?
It's usually aged in a barrel, and all of your whiskey seems to be perfectly clear. Is it actually whiskey, or is it just blinding juice?
Well, see, that's my water bottle. First of all,
Why is it spicy?
because it's vodka.
I think for the first time on this, I've been feigning propriety the whole time, but I snort at that.
And I look at you and I say, you want some? I got whiskey, bourbon, vodka, gin, tequila. Tequila?
No,
It's tequila.
no offense, Pastrami. I do not want to put my mouth anywhere near anything you've drank out of.
I can wipe it off.
No, thank you.
I understand.
I'm mostly concerned with the chunks. They're not great tasting.
You're
Cerulean.
getting chunks out of yours?
Cerulean.
They taste like chunks to you?
I just want to point out
Why?
that anything
Why?
that he drinks does not have chunks in it. And I don't know what you're drinking, but it's obviously not one of my flasks. At least not one of my alcoholic flasks.
Oh no.
It might,
That's my flask of oatmeal.
low key, it might be an old vial of oatmeal from like 6 years ago.
So as you guys are having this debate
That's
between
why it's
yourselves,
spicy.
you are following along this river that he pointed out. You've gone through this sort of like maze of trees into an area of thick brambles and stunted growth and marshy soil. You've noticed that there's been some insects starting to appear. These very annoying flying, buzzing mosquitoes, flies, things like that.
I get the feeling they all hover towards me because I stink.
They start to very densely hover around all of you. They're like landing on your faces, on your arms.
Ooh, that's great.
They're
Can I
like-
activate my ritual.
They're like crawling into your clothes.
Ooh.
They're like,
This
you
sounds
try to swat them away and they always come back. It's just so dense, this dense cloud of gnats and flies and mosquitoes.
How do ritual work?
It would be a risk roll for that.
I just want to activate the effect.
Okay, you want to activate your effect?
Brimstone.
Okay,
I just want to be super hot for the bugs to leave
Okay.
me alone.
sure. We can have you do. Oh, we'll call it a risk roll, and I think you will use your destruction skill, probably, right?
I think persistence would work better.
Okay, that could work. That could work.
You just
I mean,
think
I
about
could- I
being
could
hot.
I could warrant you using both, honestly.
Okay.
I could say persistence in leave me the fuck alone, and destruction is die motherfucker die.
Okay. Okay. So what do we think could go wrong if Cam fails this roll?
My clothes light on fire.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I was gonna say
That's
you don't care.
very
You're a
safe.
crotchety old man.
The
Let's
bad
see.
thing that could
Fire
happen
hurts.
is we are in the middle of the woods.
You could ignite the woods. on accident.
Yes.
My skin gets hot to the touch, and the woods catch fire.
No. It says grow scorching hot.
Yes.
Yeah. So you start like smoldering.
Yes.
You're like red hot.
So you could catch the woods on fire.
Okay, all right, I like that. We'll catch the woods on fire.
Okay.
Mm.
You'll start a small localized forest fire
Okay,
if you fail.
if I fail,
So that's
So you'll roll me a light die and a dark die. Do you feel like you need a devil's bargain for this one, or you just want to go with that one?
can I talk you into letting me use 2 skills instead of using a devil's bargain?
Mm,
Destruction and persistence.
Probably not.
All right, devil's bargain.
okay. For this devil's bargain.
What do we think will happen regardless of what
Yes.
Cam
What
does?
happens regardless is you do not get rid of this cloud of bugs, and they will still be annoying. They may leave your skin, but you're still hearing them in your ears, and they're still surrounding us and potentially bringing more friends because there's heat near, and they like heat.
I think that it could be because the ritual is brimstone. You could have that horrible egg sulfury smell.
Ooh, I
that
like
means
that.
that means that nothing in the area can't notice you.
Yeah.
You cannot hide
I like that one.
from anything.
Get out of here. We're
We're
not doing
No
it.
thanks.
Okay, so just the one light die and one the light dark die.
Yeah. All right.
Go
give
ahead
me
with
a
it.
6 on either. of
Before
these,
he
bro.
does that, I am a geomancer.
Okay.
Can I aid him in his ritual?
Oh, nice.
You
Help roll.
can do that. So what you'll do is you'll roll 1 die, and you can add it to his. If your die matches his dark die, you gain a ruin and a condition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the way I'm aiding you is because you're becoming hot to the touch, and I've been drinking out of one of your flasks. I'm going to kind of throw it at the bugs, and hopefully any scorches and flare-ups fly into them.
Okay.
I love that.
Go
Actually,
ahead.
all right, and bam.
This is a 5. Is
Okay.
your ruin die a 5?
My ruin die is a 3.
Okay, so you're safe.
My light die is a 4.
Okay, so you're also safe. So yeah, it kind of works. You do smell very, very stinky as this heat sort of like melts through your clothes, melts all these bugs, melts your hair a little bit. But they do seem to temporarily leave you alone, although they're still like persistently buzzing around you. They're no longer like landing right on top of you.
Yeah?
But you do leave this horrible, horrible smell behind.
I don't smell anything.
Noticing that there's all of these flies, creatures of rot, and we're near a river. We've been walking for a while. Cerulean is, in fact, real thirsty and not pastrami thirsty.
Yeah.
But
So-
Cerulean wants to make sure by looking up and down the river that there's no like obvious dead corpse befouling the water.
So I'll say there's no nasty corpses or anything, but the further you've gone along, the more like green the water has become. If you were to like take a handful of it and like suck it down, it would taste like ground up like lettuce and grass.
I say, I have something for this. I learned it back in the day. If you take your water skin, take a clean piece of cloth, and put it over the top, it keeps all the grime from getting in your water skin.
Using that, Cerulean will try to
Try to
fill his water
try to like
skin a bit.
filter some of this water.
Make a makeshift filter.
And drink of the forest's bounty before
Okay.
things go bad.
Sure. Yep. So the water that you get is like tinted a dull green. It's not poisonous. It doesn't taste great. And as you're there in the river, you do notice like some fish sort of float by. They've all got like green moss like growing on their scales.
But they don't have two heads, right?
Some of them have like too many eyes.
Have you ever had kombucha?
It does not taste like that.
It tastes absolutely nothing like it, but it reminds me of it.
Huh.
Thick.
I look at you. Did you always have three eyes? Trying to freak him out a little bit.
1, 2. My third eye is not currently open.
That's not the one I'm talking about.
I snort again, and then I'm like,
But like as you're laughing, you feel like bugs like flying.
I'm
in
like,
your mouth.
no. And
So I have a solution for that too.
okay,
If you take a really thin piece of cloth,
that would be excellent if I had my seamstress here. However, we are in the forest.
I take out a really, really thin like veil
Oh.
that I have.
Why do you have that?
Look, there was a wedding one time. I want to talk about it, and I offer it to you to cover your face.
I literally just like
It doesn't
It's
stink.
just
It doesn't stink,
And
and
I-
it comes with a headband.
and it doesn't have. It doesn't have to have a headband. My hair is pinned back.
Okay.
I it's like again regality. And so I take some of the pins and put this net into, and now I kind of look like a grieving widow.
Okay.
There
Very
it is.
stylish.
You're welcome.
The bugs
I
are still
appreciate
very
it.
persistent as you walk, but you soon find yourself coming to like this shallow pond, and sunken in this shallow pond is like a big stone head, like it was maybe from a statue once, but it's tipped right over. It's like collapsed in this shallow pond. Around it are many, many frog eggs about the size of grapes.
Ooh.
It's got like water pooled in its open mouth, like it was open in like prayer or supplication. It
I
has,
teabag it.
it has
Oh
water
my
like
God.
pooling in its eyes.
In the middle of the water.
Yeah. There's like dragonflies like buzzing around it.
It looked like it was in prayer, but now it looks like it's a drowning man.
Yeah, it's looked like it's collapsed and now it's like sunken halfway into the water.
Oh, I didn't realize it was in the water. I should listen better.
Yes, that's why I said in the middle of the water, and then gave you that look, Cameron.
I would like to see if it's of a particular person. Is it a known figure from history?
We'll say, as you get close to it, it is an effigy of one of the saints, and we'll say it is the saint of your profession.
Ah,
Yes, St. Constantine is on.
the saint of geomancers.
Yes.
Ah, wonderful.
What does this saint look like?
So geomancers are very big on sacred geometry and finding paths and patterns and causing civilization to fall on ley lines and work with the world. And this saint has an octagonal symbol carved into his head. It was a brand that he gave himself in life. It was supposed to open his third eye and channel ley lines through it. But some people think that the pain drove him mad.
Okay, I like that a lot. And as a matter of fact, as you get close to this statue, you notice that these buzzing flies sort of form like a 7-foot radius around it, like they don't get close to it.
Wonderful.
Reprieve.
Water look like around it.
It's very, it's like laden with these like frog eggs, so it's like so dense. You're like stepping on them every time you try to push through it.
Oh no.
It's got little like white crawfish in it, with, like their little pincers going. It's very like dark and murky.
I pick up a crawfish and I yeet it.
Just gonna throw it at him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, just like right on his back.
Right at his back, trying to get it down the back of his shirt.
Okay.
If I need to roll for this,
You don't.
I was gonna say.
That is the third worst thing you have put down my shirt this adventure. Please
Wait.
stop it. Please.
What were the other two?
Well, the first one was whatever you had in that bag after you said you were going to the latrine. And the worst thing that you had was after we found that creature, killed it, and hunted and ate it. You were very upset, and you'd thrown up, and you said, "Hold this for me," and you poured that down the back of my shirt.
You really have not been a nice travel companion.
Wait a minute, when did any of this happen?
Definitely happened.
Yeah, in like the 2 weeks it took you to get to Caldur in the first place, probably.
Look, you weren't a saint either. Let's just leave it there. You were. There's a reason I didn't fuck with you. You were nice to me.
The problem that I see...
It's not gonna stop. I'm telling you that right now. It's not gonna stop.
Just throw something dry down there next time to soak things up. Ow! The issue I see here, the flies are not going near the frog eggs in a big radius.
So I should have thrown a frog egg at you instead.
Something
That
laid
may be
these
mother.
eggs.
Yes, they may be afraid of dying at the reach of a tongue.
I look down and I say, "You mean the eggs that we're actively stepping on?"
Yeah.
Not those ones. Maybe those ones.
As she steps on it.
Is there a path of stones that I can hop across to get to this saint head? Because I would like to
If
offer a brief prayer to
Yeah.
this statue.
Go ahead, tell me what kind of prayer or offering you leave.
I follow.
So
You'll have your own soon, don't worry.
So I go up, and the offering that I leave, I prick my finger, and I drop a few drops of blood
Ooh.
into the carved rune on the forehead, and the prayer that I leave is, may the sacred geometries guide our way, may the ley lines give us power, may we eventually find our way home. Each time with a drop of blood.
I like that a lot.
Blood. He's offering blood to the forest.
Very nice.
no, to
Very
the
nice.
effigy of his.
To the saint.
Yes.
Sure, but like to the forest.
Once you do that, we'll kind of have you guys continue on. Once you get further enough away from this statue, the flies and bugs like immediately come back and like get right in your face.
Of course.
Yes. It's like they're buzzing so loud it's hard to hear. You like have to swipe to get them out of the
I
way.
pull out this like pristine looking can, open it,
So you can't hear the buzzing. I can't hear it very much either. It's pretty muffled.
Beeswax.
They like start like melting in your ear because you're still super hot.
That's so funny.
But
It'll help temporarily.
as you go along, you get to another smaller statue, more like an altar almost. It's got like offerings put around it. Again, within 7 feet, there's no bugs. Tell us what this saint of your occupation looks like, B.
So my occupation is lockpick. However, my true occupation is really sort of like person of the underground type of person, very sneaky. So this, yes, essentially a rogue. Yes. So it is a woman, who is very beautiful. Half of her face is veiled, indicating that she moves in the shadows. And she's very voluptuous. Very, yes. And the way that she sits in her statue position, it is clear that she's concealing something with her robes.
Okay.
People like to make stories about what they believe she's concealing in this position. And in other statues, she's using her womanly wiles to hide things as well. So people always like to create stories, folktale, religious, warnings about the things that she's hiding.
Okay. I like that a lot. Cam, what does the statue of your saint look like?
A big ass ox.
Okay. Like an actual animal?
An actual fucking animal.
Not like a person with like an ox head, but like just an actual animal?
It's the actual animal.
Okay.
But there are a few defining factors about this ox.
Uh-huh.
We're going to pause because I need to look up what an ox looks like.
Sure.
What?
It's like a bull, basically.
Yes.
Perfect. Its horns
Uh-huh.
do one of these. They go, whoop.
Curve all the way around, then straight up. Okay.
It's a penis.
I'll put down very phallic.
And it is a very well endowed
Okay.
ox,
Okay.
portrayed in every statue of said ox.
Is it often revered as like a saint of virility more than
Yeah,
more
what's
than
your
just
occupation?
strength?
What the hell?
My occupation
Yeah.
is ox.
Yeah. Is it like a
Okay.
symbol of like toughness, like manliness?
There's also a giant wooden barrel
Okay.
with a spout on it
Uh-huh.
on its back.
Okay. Okay.
It is carrying a giant keg of something delicious
Okay.
that'll get you fucked up.
Okay.
This is the saint of let's have a great fucking time and fuck shit up.
Okay. Okay. So it's got like that
Alright,
raw, like
Dionysus
primal
ox.
energy to it.
Just mind the key factors besides the penis stuff. It is a very muscular
Okay.
looking ox. Very strong looking, very stubborn looking,
Okay.
very dangerous
Okay.
looking.
We'll come back to all of this later.
Oh, shit. Fucked up, guys.
Remember, these are likely the saints, right?
Yes, these are the
yes.
effigies of the saints.
Yes.
Um,
And we're going to the cathedral with their bones.
So as you guys continue on,
You're welcome.
these bugs are just horrendous, despite your best efforts. As you pass into Ring 3,
Ring 3!
you come through a narrow band of stone outcrops, and you get to more solid ground, sort of maybe up on a hill to sort of escape this dense lower air full of these bugs. You are each very like ill and feverish, like sweating, your vision's like hazy, just from like all these insects biting you, stinging you, getting in your mouths. You all, like, you're all just exhausted, and you fall down in a heap on top of each other, just completely wiped out.
Both of you get second-degree burns when you touch me.
They're all like, oh god, they like roll off.
And then, can I, like, get rid of this at this point?
Yeah, you can turn it off.
Fuck
Yeah.
this. I'm tired of being hot.
But you're like feverish and like sweaty.
Yeah, so we're all hot anyway.
You fall in a heap, and you start having terrible fever dreams related to your background, intermingled with images of rot, overgrown plants, myriad mandibles and stingers. Each of you tell me what it is you dream about.
Cerulean has a dream that he doesn't have it every night, but very frequently. He was a member of a court of Fey-born creatures, but for some reason or another, he feels it's very unjust, but they offered him up as a captive, as a trade for the people of civilization. And he's been trying for years at this point to make his way back to his court, but invariably every single time, no matter how he escapes, no matter how he tricks people, he always winds up back in custody of the people that are not his, and he frequently dreams of hearing his betrothed's voice on the wind. And probably as he finally passes out and into sleep, he hears his betrothed's voice. Come back, please. We need you. Come back. Find your way home. Come back.
Okay. And I'm imagining in this dream that you're having, you're trying to like run towards her or him or whatever, and as you're trying to run, these trees are like growing right in your path, like these branches are blocking you. You're getting turned around in circles.
Yep, and it's very much that the forest isn't actively harming him, but always ushers him back to civilization, always ushers him back to being in bonds, always ushers him back to being confined within stone walls.
Okay. I like that. Cameron, would you like to go next?
Sure. For Pastrami, he gets sent back to a time of peace where he stood upon the steps of the royal chambers, where he wore beautiful silver armor. He brandished a beautiful long sword, where his one thought was protect. Then it cuts towards a day where he intentionally went the wrong way, where he knew the king was that way, but in all the chaos, he chose to walk the other way. He chose to leave. And he ran. And he ran. And he ran.
Okay.
Until the forest engulfed him.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. And B.
So mine's not just one dream. It's a bunch of like flashes of memories, and it's me in court. Me next to some of the men that I've taken as lovers, me fraternizing with people, and in each of these flashes, something horrifying happens. In the first one, I'm standing next to one of my good courtesan pals, who we're just laughing over a bowl of punch, and I try to make another joke, and it feels like vines are creeping up my throat. She looks at me horrified, starts screaming as something starts to come out of my mouth, flashes to another where I am whispering sweet nothings to a man that I intend to bed that evening, and I put my hand on his, and moss starts to come out of my hand, and he becomes disgusted at me, pulls away, starts freaking out, calling me all sorts of names. Moss begins to just spread all over my body. And then finally, to that moment where I stabbed the man that I intended to try and wed to end my career as a courtesan, and just finally live a lavish life that I deserve. And instead of me stabbing him, this fever dream, this fever nightmare turns into him defending himself against me, because I have become this monstrous plant-like zombie skulking after him fully in the nude after what was supposed to be my offer to him, full body, spirit, take my life, I'll take your name. And my body is just covered in decay, rot, and plants and moss, and he is wielding the dagger that I used to stab him at me.
I like that. We'll come back to that later. So, an unknown amount of time later, maybe the next day, maybe a couple hours, you're not really sure. You all do sort of bolt up. And the first thing you notice is that you've all been covered in like a thin layer of pollen. It's got like this green powder like laying over top of you. You're not totally sure if you're in the same spot that you were when you all passed out. The path seems to have shifted and grown over a little bit. You also notice that each other person seems to have been visibly scarred by their nightmares. In a way that makes it seem like it may have been more than just a dream. So, Cam, how was B affected by their dream? Physically?
You have a bruise on your neck. A large one. Not grotesque in nature, but probably right about here. Goes from about bottom of the hairline to about the right here, just above the collar line. And it's not super like wide or anything, but it's tall and it's thin.
And how might that wound impact your chances of success if it's not kept in check?
I'm a very distracted kind of guy. I like to look at things that I don't understand. It might distract me.
Okay. And B, how does Jeremy's dream affect his character physically?
You still had the cuffs on, right? Those are now attached to him in like a painful way. They are digging in to your skin, and they are no longer that loosey-goosey what you had pulled free. They are now like actual physical bonds that you could not remove without surgical means.
Probably like cutting into your skin a little bit. And how will that impact your success if it's not kept in check?
We just saw gangrene on the men before. We're already feverish. This could get worse quickly.
Okay. And Jeremy, how does Cam's dream seem to affect him physically?
Cerulean is sitting up wiping the pollen out of his eyes and notices that Pastrami has like 100 or so small cuts, as if he's been running through deep woods and briars have been reaching out and just tearing at his flesh.
Okay.
As if running into the woods is pulling away.
Like he fell into a rose bush, basically.
Not just fell into it, but was dragged through.
Okay. And how will that impact your success in reaching the cathedral?
It seems like of all of us, Pastrami has been the most volatile and the one who will almost certainly be pushed to do something terrible to hold the forest back, but instead will destroy us all. And I think that if he goes running through the forest, that whatever is out there, whatever could be following us, will try and follow him and notice us and think that we're easier prey, and I'm not a very fast man.
Okay. I like all of those. Also, as you kind of wipe yourselves off, get this pollen off of you, each of you also notices that someone has left a small trinket or token somewhere in your outfit or your gear, reminding you of your drive. It's like a reason to keep going. So, B, we'll start with you.
Yeah, so I find I have a small little like strap bag. It's very damp now and very dirty, but I go to reach in to like help get some of the pollen out with like one of my thick Kleenexes, and I find inside of it, it's just a little jar of what us courtesans would use for lipstick. A color I've never seen before, the most beautiful vibrant blue, and it just reminds me of like, again, that forbidden fruit, freedom to express myself in the way that I want to, this ritual that I would like to be a part of, this forbidden celebration.
Okay. Jeremy?
Cerulean finds tucked away into one of the pockets of his waistcoat a cameo locket, and he pulls it out and sees a picture, a full color painting of his betrothed, and she is happy. She is smiling. He knows that he is here to find a gift, to find something to allow him to go back into her graces and finally be wed.
Okay.
But after a moment of staring at her picture, Cerulean's hand starts to burn as he realizes that the locket and the chain that the locket is made of is cold iron, which to the Fae is anathema. It is like silver to werewolves, cross to vampires. It burns, and to have the picture of his beloved in such a horrible thing is like ashes in his mouth. It's almost taunting him of what he can't have.
Okay, I like that a lot. And Cam? What has someone left for Cam? Pastrami?
Very simple wooden, not necessarily a pendant, trinket, with something burned into it. Something that looks like that.
Okay.
If you look at that, you can see every single letter of the name Ahino.
Okay.
For the people, let me make sure they can see this shit.
Yeah, it's sort of like an artist's like sigil, basically.
Yeah.
Like his signature.
This is what he would put on his art.
Yeah.
That's his art signature.
Okay. So you know if you see something with that on it, you just have to wreck it.
Oh, I plan on lighting this thing on fire.
Okay. And as you're all kind of like wondering where all this stuff came from, out of the corner of your eye, you do see something else sitting here with you, seemingly here overnight with you, although you're not quite sure. You see sort of sitting on top of a flat rock that's been overgrown with moss. It's sort of the remains of a old picnic that someone had laid out. And sitting among this like rotted picnic blanket are two very dry, very desiccated corpses sitting, cross-legged Indian style. They're sitting across from each other, and each one has its hand in the other's mouth, stuffing in like a handful of wet dirt into their jaws.
I push the bones over. That's fucking creepy. I don't even use my hands. I use my foot. I push them.
There's a bit of resistance. Like they're like rooted to the spot. They don't want to tip over.
Oh. Any insight on that? I know the Fae have some queer rituals.
No, that is not Fae work. Fae work shows you the error of your ways and holds a very stark mirror to your face. This
It's fucking weird.
feels like they were hungry and were
Oh,
giving each other what they thought they wanted.
Yeah,
that's
no.
tragic.
Hard pass.
Oh well. Not much to do but to do. Do you have some of that whiskey?
Plenty. You can have this one, I'll take this one.
Take a shot and then spray some over my face to wash this pollen off.
Okay.
I assume it kind of gives like a
It sort of like runs
runny,
down. Yeah. It's like down
sticky,
in here.
sappy almost.
Yeah.
But enough to just clear it out of the crevices or the cracks around my eyes
Right.
and out of the corners of my nose, so it's not itchy as much.
Okay.
I
Okay.
take my shot and then I pour the rest over this thing and then I pull out my flint and steel and start.
Okay, you're gonna try to light it on
Whoa,
fire.
whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold on, hold on. Why are we setting this on fire?
You're right, we need to be safer. And I dig like a small, like probably 6-inch trench
Uh-huh.
around the outside of this area.
It is on a stone.
No, the pendant.
Oh.
I picked it. I assumed it.
Yeah.
It was sitting on my chest.
Oh
when I woke
yeah.
up.
Okay, yeah. You're doing the pendant.
Yes.
The pendant.
You're
yes.
burning the pendant.
Yes,
the
not
pendant.
Okay,
the
not the
bones.
body.
No, 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 no.
Bodies, the trinket.
Okay, that makes sense.
You're right. I need to be safer. And I dig,
Okay.
and I make sure that it's nice and wet. I assume it is. We're
Mhm.
it's fucking wet everywhere.
Mhm.
Whiskey, very flammable.
Care to share why you desperately need this on fire?
Fuck this guy.
That is
Ah!
And you're like right near the fire.
you said, fuck this guy. That is not a guy.
It's a signature,
The camera.
which
You,
is worse.
are you like standing over it?
I'm like next to it.
Okay.
I'm not like
Would-
standing over it.
Would you be able to get like a whiff of the smoke?
100%.
Okay. I'm going to say you're going to have a vision as you whiff this smoke.
Oh.
You're like, you see yourself through like somebody else's eyes. You're not sure where you are, but it's you and a couple other people. You're like in a first-person perspective. Someone is on the ground, being like held down by like the arms and legs. And you're like standing over them. And this person who's being held down is like, "Oh, do it! I gotta see! I just gotta see it!" And as you see this vision, you're like standing over them with like this very shaky like knife. You like stick it in their stomach. You start to like carve a little bit, carve and saw. You don't see any blood come out. But as you pull back this flap, this person is like, oh gods, and like as you look inside, it's just full of very wet, dark, wormy dirt.
What?
It's the same sort of consistency of dirt as the two desiccated bodies are stuffing in each other's
Ooh.
mouths. And you come back to reality,
Oh,
And-
okay.
and you are feeling sick.
Yeah. I feel like I just had a bad trip. I've had plenty of those.
Are you okay?
The fuck?
Did
I
some
look down. Is this thing burned to the crisp yet?
Yes, it's completely gone. It's ash in the wind.
And I go, hat down.
So I see that quick switch from what the fuck am I looking at to hot dog. And I go, are you
Insane?
are we
Insane?
what's happening?
Is the question insane? Because the answer is probably yes, we are all probably insane.
I will have you make me a ruin roll.
Oh, fuck.
Just roll one dark die.
No. 2.
Oh.
Okay. Lower than your
What's
current
yeah,
ruin?
that's lower
Yeah.
than his
Okay.
ruin.
You're
Thank
fine
God.
then.
Woo!
You're fine then.
Woo!
Pastrami, you said that that was of someone. What did that person do to you? Why do you have such a visceral reaction?
It's a long story.
We've got nothing but time. I point around to everything just stuck.
Cameron needs a minute to think about it.
Sure.
What did this guy do to me? I don't fucking know. Paper said fuck his work. Fuck his work.
As you guys are kind of debating about what's going on, you do suddenly hear off in the distance, it's like a long, yelling plea. Help! Help me!
I say we ignore it.
Help me, please!
My immediate thought is very similar to yours, but then, like, being somebody who has needed help before, I'm like, I just kind of look back and forth from the devil on my shoulder to the fae on my shoulder. And I'm like, oh no.
What does the Fae have to say about it?
Cerulean immediately starts in that direction.
Okay, you're gonna walk right towards it?
Of course the Fae
Yes,
goes.
yes, 100%.
Okay.
A person in need is someone who's willing to make a deal, is willing to bargain. And that is a swan song to my ears. Like, honey,
Okay. Okay.
honeyed words.
I look at you and assume that we're just going to follow him.
We can't leave him alone out here.
Yeah, I guess not. And as we go, I just go, this guy's a fucking idiot. Why are we going to... Who screams for help in this fucking place? Somebody who's dying by the woods. What are we doing? And I'm just like going off like this the entire trip to these screams.
Yeah.
Towards these
And,
screams.
and the screams are continuing as you're going this direction, getting louder.
Cerulean will pick up his pace a little
Okay.
bit, making looks back, sees that they're following, and then kind of lopes forward. That,
Okay.
that almost run.
Okay.
You can
Seeing me
do.
bitch about it the whole time.
Okay.
And hearing it too.
So you come through like this brush of these trees, and what you find is the remains of a campsite. It looks like it's been ripped to shreds. The tent is like tattered and torn. The like lean-tos are like crushed and scattered. And there is again the same distinct, powerful smell of animal musk hanging in the air.
Fresh corpse.
There's no corpses around.
All right.
Is screaming still happening?
I'll scan the whole campsite then,
Okay.
and I'm trying to see if there is any obvious like magical trickery, anything that is like a trapdoor spider keeps would make it look like the forest floor and come up. I want to make sure that there's no obvious trap ahead of us.
Okay.
I have the ritual aura.
Mm-hmm. I think that allows you to discern someone's truthfulness, true form, and emotional state.
Is that what it is? I don't
Yeah.
have it written on
Yeah,
here.
that's what it does.
Okay, so we're looking at people then, or at least things.
So, what skills do you have?
I have for this. I could either see patterns from my geomancer occupation or illusions from my unmasked Feyborn background.
We can call it illusions to like see if there's anything like camouflaged here.
Alright.
You're putting your body at risk by sort of standing in this open space, looking around for these. And would you like a devil's bargain?
Let's hear what's on the table for devil's bargains.
B.
So what will happen regardless? Open space. You are recently wounded by your bracelets. So regardless, you're going to catch the attention of something that's hungry for blood.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Cam, do you have anything else, or do you think that might work?
I like it.
Okay, I think we'll go with that.
I do want to help though,
Okay,
using the tracking skill,
sure.
if I can.
All right. Yeah. So I'll take the devil's bargain. Have my light die. Have my ruin die. And you said
Okay.
you're going to help.
I
Yep.
will absolutely help.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So what's your highest?
Well, I have a 6.
Okay. On which one?
Does it really matter?
Yes, it does. It really does.
Oh, yeah, no, it's a 6 on that dark die,
Okay.
which is in fact higher than my ruin.
Okay, so your ruin's going to go up by 1. And Cam, what did you roll? Did you also roll a 6?
I rolled a 3.
Oh, that's okay. It doesn't affect you then.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So yeah,
help
your
us
ruin's
with
going
this.
to go up by 1, Jeremy. And you are going to take a condition. Oh, I think. I guess I can have you roll. You can roll me either 1, 2, or 3 d6 and tell me what they are total.
Alright, I'll roll 2
Okay.
for a total of 10.
Okay. So this is going to be an interesting one. Whenever your blood is spilled, it contains masses of minuscule tadpoles swimming through it. So, like, as your wrists drip from these tight manacles, you notice there's, like, something swimming in, like, the blood.
Tadpoles, you say?
Yeah.
Like,
The frogs
like the
that you
frog,
just
yeah.
put blood into the water. Full circle.
Full circle. The dice
and,
don't lie.
and then the first thing that you see camouflaged in these woods is, again, a very large bear. It's sort of like mottled green on its sort of matted fur, sort of camouflage itself. It's very large and very heavy, like the size of like a Arctic bear, very huge. Couple things about it other than the green. You do notice on like the side of its face is embedded, almost like it's growing out vestigially, is a human skull. You can see like the bear's eye through the human eye socket. As the bear moves like its jaw, the human jaw also kind of moves with it. And this bear, rather
kind of like the head of a Cubone, except
yes, it's like
nightmarish.
it's like sticking right out the side.
It's
you
like a mating call, how we do for hunting, but it's trying to hunt people.
Yeah. And when it opens its mouth, instead of roaring like a typical bear, you hear it mimicking the sound of a human voice. Help! Help me!
It's awful.
It starts like
Loping
clamoring towards you. Yeah.
I am horrified. I immediately try and find somewhere to hide.
I walk forward.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a thing on this sheet at the very bottom. It says, once you have 5 ruin,
Yes.
you can act in the forest's interest and roll a light die to remove ruin.
Yes.
And there's a horrible forest bear here.
Yes.
Can I do a reduction roll?
Go for it. Go for it.
Let's see. If it rolls higher than your ruin, you can remove 1 ruin, but the others will notice. If it rolls below your ruin, remove 1 ruin.
Okay.
That is a 3. That is
Okay.
below my ruin.
Yes, you take away 1 ruin.
Okay.
And tell me what you do to act in the forest's interests with this bear.
I go forward, sit down, and I pull out a chunk of meat that is somehow not fully spoiled, despite being in this forest for days, hours, weeks, a while.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
And I put it down, and as the bear gets closer, I say, you should leave things out so that way we're distracted. You have to have bait for your trap, not just a call. Lure them in fully. As I'm like channeling my Fey upbringing, staring into this bear's eyes.
Okay.
As like big Cheshire cat grin goes across my face. One pupil dilates massively, the other one just goes down to a pinprick.
Okay.
As Cerulean is just smiling at this bear as it's eating the food.
Okay. Yep. And you do notice when it like opens its mouth, it has like multiple rows of like vestigial teeth behind its front row, like a shark. And it does, like, take this chunk of meat up, starts to lap it down. The human skull looking like it's chewing along with it as it opens and closes.
I'm still hiding. This is terrifying.
I'm not. I'm standing behind him about 10 feet back, listening to the entire thing.
With that, I kind of lean back, both hands behind my head.
Well, technically, you wouldn't
Yeah,
know
you
about the
wouldn't- you wouldn't-
betrayal
you wouldn't
because he
notice what
didn't
he's
fail.
doing. So you see him doing something, but you're not sure what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I am just kind of like whispering at the bear, but to the forest itself. I would like to invoke my ritual of hospitality,
Okay.
which is as long as I'm sharing food with something, it maintains peace.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds fine to me.
All right. Yeah, and I'm going on a long monologue about the best hunters have multiple prongs. Best hunters are rarely on their own, or rarely don't attack from the front. They attack from the behind. Basically, saying to the bear that it had a good trap, but it wasn't good enough. And after a while, I start whispering to it the same things that my betrothed would whisper to me in my dreams. Come back, we need you. Use those words.
Very nice, very nice.
Then I turn my head almost to the point of craning it and looking in your general direction. Oh, it's fine. This thing wouldn't harm a fly, no matter how much I want it to.
I take mental note of how crazy he looks, which is crazy because he looked crazy before. And then I will come out from hiding. Shall we continue on then?
I see no reason not to. We've been nothing but perfect guests in this place.
On we go.
Okay. And with that...
Yeah, Cerulean stands up, reaches over to the bear and gives it a scratch behind the ear.
Okay.
Yeah.
You notice, like, a huge puff of pollen, like, comes off as you scratch it.
You'll eat good soon, my friend. You'll eat good soon.
Okay.
We walk further into the woods.
And with that, you have passed out of Ring 3 into Ring 4.
Yeah.
This section is filled with thick, gnarled cypress trees, draped with copious moss of all sorts. It's a place where it's very easy to get turned around and separated, or to trip on the dense roots underfoot. So, first thing you guys see as you sort of walk along... Oh, which one do I want to start with? Oh, we'll start with this one here. You see what look like, huddled around a dead campfire, are a trio of former treasure hunters, bloated and reeking of rot. Hundreds of black and purple mushrooms, the color of ugly bruises, sprout everywhere on their skin. They squat around the campfire, shuffling around, grunting to each other in sort of disgusting reenactment of life, in some sort of horrible parody of human speech. There's one for each of you, bearing some sort of rotting or rusted signifier of your own past. Each of you will tell me how one of these horrible, misshapen mushroom creatures reminds you of yourself. Who wants to start?
Oh, I'll go first.
Sure.
One of them is obviously it was in life a big, strong, burly jailer of some sort, and is carrying, draped over his body, dozens and dozens of chains, each with open manacles swinging on the end.
Okay.
Almost as if all of its clothing has been replaced by chains. They're dragging on the ground, and all of them have been rusted and are becoming fecund. like even looking at them looks like I've gotten tetanus now.
Okay.
Just horrible. And Cerulean has like an immediate, even though it's hot and sweaty and balmy, his everything, a horrible chill goes over his body as he remembers becoming enslaved and being bound by chains.
Okay. Cam, what do you see that reminds you of yourself?
Can we come back to me?
Yes, perfectly fine. B.
My mushroom creature looks like me in body shape. It's very. There's
Does it
nice-
look like the version of yourself you dreamed about?
Yes. So it looks like. Again, I was totally in the nude in that dream, so it looks like a naked woman. Regular enough curves, not too voluptuous, not too,
Tasteful.
Yes. And there's just rot in all of the same places that were in the nightmare. There are vines coming out of the mushroom mouth. There's moss on the fingers of this thing. And the way that it's interacting with the other two creatures is in the mockery of human speech. It is like acting like it's gossiping. It is like trying to get ahead of these three creatures while they're around the campfire. It's doing what I did to Social Climb, but in a very satirical social fashion.
Okay. Cam.
Mine isn't necessarily walking around this campfire, rather standing guard,
Okay.
standing tall, with what looks like a sword at its side. Looks like, maybe not exactly. It is a mushroom after all, but what would
It's
give
a
that
clicker.
appearance? Yeah.
Maybe like a branch,
stick.
or like a
Yeah,
branch that has like broken off sections to look like a hill. Yeah.
Right. Standing very tall, very valiant.
Okay.
Chest puffed out, very strong, looking very tall and mighty.
Okay.
Standing guard.
Okay. And then there's a sort of freeze moment to all of them. Sort of like tilt their heads around and jerk a little bit. And they take notice of you, having entered their space. And they'll turn to each of you. And with this very sort of herky-jerky, uncontrolled sort of movement, they will all start running in your direction.
Can I now use my aura ritual to understand what is motivating these things?
And Cam, what were you going to do?
I would also like to use a ritual.
Okay, what kind of ritual would you like to
I would
use?
like to use my rewind ritual
Okay.
on the one that looks like me.
Okay.
To send him a few seconds ago before he noticed me.
Okay. Yeah. We'll have you make a risk roll for that.
Just straight up risk.
Yeah. So you'll have the one for using a skill. If you have, you have one that's relevant.
No, I don't.
Okay. We can have you roll a dark die because it's dangerous. Is there any sort of devil's bargain that you might like to take?
What are the options?
Oh, there's a real easy one. You push it back in time, and yourself.
Okay.
Okay. And B?
For my devil's bargain for him?
Yeah.
Time works weird in this place. So even though if you do succeed, if you fail, regardless, you've done something to our journey to alter time that makes it a little bit harder to get where we need to go.
I'll take that bargain.
Okay, you'll take that one? Alright. Roll them
I'll
both.
take either one of them.
Let's see.
I rolled 2 5s.
Okay. What do we do if they're the same? I think we will say, you managed to do it, but this magic that you're using is going to corrupt you a little bit. Your ruin's going to go up by 1, and you're going to take a condition.
Okay.
You're going to take the condition sort of related to the vision that you had earlier, where any significant impact on your skin leaves an ugly indentation as if there was nothing but loose soil underneath.
Loose soil skin.
Soil under skin question mark.
So you've rewound the clock back on this guy, so he's still standing at attention before he's noticed you.
And I duck away before he notices.
Okay. You jump into like the roots.
Behind a tree
Yeah.
or under some roots. I'm pretty short, so.
Yeah. You land in the roots, and you notice like when your arm hits, it gets like this horrible like bruise that like doesn't bounce back from like where the soil is under your skin.
And I am trying to discern if they're operating on instinct, if these are things that are just like they hurt us and now they're like running at us for I'm using aura.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll call this a risk roll too.
Okay.
So, what skill are you going to use?
Security.
Security? Okay. And you're putting yourself at risk by trying to stop and figure this thing out.
Yes.
Would you like a devil's bargain, or are you okay
Let's
with just
hear
the
what
2?
we got. Let's hear.
Let's see.
Time's weird. We've got somebody following us.
Let's see. You're using the aura thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you would see the aura of everything, including both of us and our deteriorating state. Moreover, you would see the aura of the forest and its pure malevolence.
I'll give you one. You'll try to get the aura on this thing, and it will tell you something, something disturbing.
Okay.
You're gonna try and read the aura on this thing, and it's gonna tell you something disturbing about your own past that you never knew.
I'm going to take yours.
Okay.
I want to learn things.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so I got a 6 on my light day.
Okay. All right. So you activate this aura spell. Tell me what the ritual casting looks like a little bit, actually.
So, it almost really actually, it's so crazy to be doing this in the forest, but it looks like me fixing my hair.
Mm-hmm.
But what it actually is me running and like lightly cutting my fingertips on my pins and like smoothing the blood into my hair. And that's how I read the auras.
Okay. Very nice.
Just bleeding into your hair.
You sort of,
Why does everybody want to bleed in the forest?
you sort of,
It's supposed to be horror.
as you do that, you sort of
Pastrami.
You sort of go into like this liminal sort of space where everything around the corners sort of seem to fade out, and this horrible like mushroom creature that was coming after you, sort of like stops, right in front of you. It seems to like calm down a little bit, and suddenly its posture changes to match your own.
Oh no.
It like reaches into its mouth and pulls out this long line of mycelium. And then it has a normal voice when it speaks to you. It's going to like get right up close to you, and in your voice you're going to hear it say, I thought I was a person. I had a life. My name was Haley. But now I'm not so sure. If I wasn't Haley, what was I? Was I you? Are you me? My flesh moves like liquid. My mind is cut loose. I can't bear it. I can't bear it. I can't bear it. And it's just going to repeat those words over and over again.
I scream, blood-curdling scream, And the dagger that I keep concealed,
Uh-huh.
because it's an embarrassment, because it disgraced me.
Uh-huh.
I literally rip through my clothing to get it. So
Uh-huh.
now my dress is tattered,
Uh-huh.
and I try my best to end this thing's suffering.
Okay. Okay, you just stick it right in it. Okay. And Jeremy, what are you doing?
Cerulean has a full-on cold sweat down his back,
Okay.
really agitating that crawfish that's back there. And
It crawls up out of your shirt to see what's going on.
This creature covered in chains comes forward, and panic oversets Cerulean as he looks and does the only thing that he can think of, which is to become as much of a creature of the Fae as possible. And he stands up, hops up on a nearby rock, points at this creature, and says, "You will kneel to my glory. You who is so burdened with chains. I command you, put down your burden and kneel." I would like to use my compel ritual.
Okay. Go ahead. We'll say it's risky, so we'll have you make a risk
Heard.
roll.
Jeremy's on death's door.
No, I'm back down to 4.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay, so you're making a risky roll here, so you'll have a dark one. Which skill are you going to use?
Definitely illusions.
Okay. And do you want to take a devil's bargain or no?
Let's. There's no problem with window shopping. What devil's bargains you guys got for me?
Regardless, you get the attention of the guard one because you're yelling.
Yes, I like that one. I like that one.
I got nothing.
Sure. So you want to catch attention of both of them?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Go ahead and try
That
it.
sounds good. Let's see. That is a 5.
Okay. On which one?
The light.
Light die.
Okay. So, yeah. You see it look at you. And this one, it sort of kneels down, its arms spread in supplication, almost in rapturous prayer. You do see the other one with this sort of stick sword pick it up and turn towards you, start to shamble your direction.
And Cerulean is not afraid of being beaten, is not afraid of a creature that's powerful. He is afraid of being
Subjugated.
being subjugated, being
Okay.
embound again. And with a puckish cadence in his voice, turns to that guard one and says, "Now then, the clearest thing that you have to do is guard these people, and that one is on the ground. You should probably stand guard." And I use compel on that one.
Okay. Give me another roll for this one, too.
All right. You guys got a good devil's bargain for this one?
Regardless, standing guard.
I will say that if you fail this roll, you will take some sort of injury.
My thought is that regardless, because you've been compelling so much, it starts to become the way that you talk even to us. You've used this ritual twice in a row. You are no longer capable of going back to that regular happy cadence.
All right.
You are now a mad dictator.
I will say, because you have used it twice in such a short amount of time, no matter what, the next time you go to do it, you have to roll an additional dark die.
Ooh.
I like that one.
Yeah, I kind of like that one, too.
What you got for me?
I will say, regardless of what happens, I will say, this is a tough one. I don't really have one for this one.
All right.
But
like-
either one of those would be fine.
I like the idea that even though I'm afraid of subjugation, that I am subjugating others and therefore letting the darkness in.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
So I'll take that devil's bargain. Next time I use compel, extra dark die. What we got going on here? That's a 5
Okay,
on the
Cool.
light die.
okay, cool. All right. So yeah, this thing, it's sort of like looks at you for a second. It picks up its stick sword that it's wielding. And it just sort of starts to do like this marching cycle around this one that's on the ground. It's just sort of endlessly walking in a circle around it.
Yes, dance puppets. Dance.
I'm gonna walk out after hearing his compelling argument towards what's meant to be me.
Uh-huh.
And my shrill scream.
I don't care about your scream. I'm gonna walk to just, I guess, outside of its path as it's walking, and as it approaches me, I'm going to yell at it, similar to like how a drill sergeant would,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna say, "What is your duty?" I turn to you guys and I say, "This guy ain't like me at all."
Fair. I don't think you would ever be like that.
I hope not. I don't want to be a mushroom.
That
we
would be
go?
what pastrami takes from this.
Can we go, please?
Haley is still frozen, terrified.
I'm gonna slap her across the face.
Okay, just like
And
a nice
you
open
do
palm.
that, and I swing back with my dagger. I miss, but I swing wildly.
Yes, you missed because I'm fucking. I didn't write it down, but I'm 4'11".
I would swing at whatever pushed me, you dingus. But I miss, regardless. But I look like I have wild eyes.
Okay. So you guys are gonna journey on from here.
Real quick, is they were around like a bonfire. Was the bonfire lit?
Nope, it's dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Then yeah, then just
Okay.
leave this place.
Okay.
Take me home.
The next thing.
Forest Road.
The next thing I will say that you encounter, you suddenly feel the ground start to rumble a bit, and there's the sound of like trees rustling in the wind, wood creaking.
Excuse me.
You do hear the sound of like 4 large hooves, like boof, 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 boof. And out from behind these very tall trees comes 15 feet high at the shoulder, with a rack of these razor-sharp antlers covered in green moss, is a giant stag. Its body seems to be made out of bark. It stomps around very heavily. It emerges from behind this gigantic tree, and with each breath or huff from like its nostrils, these green spores come spilling out, and it stands firm in your path on this forest trail.
All right.
I'm gonna walk up to it.
What are you gonna try to do?
Just gonna stand 4 foot nothing. Duh. Can we go by, please?
And it'll stand there and think for a minute, and then from its wooden throat, you hear a very human voice sort of rattle out, "Go that way, and your doom is at hand."
Okay, so if we go that way, our doom is at hand. So my question for you, because you live here, is the moss-covered cathedral that way? Big church?
The place you seek is as wild as I, and knows no mercy. You shall find no glory, no happy end.
I'm not looking for a happy end. I'm looking for a cathedral covered in moss. Is it that way? The way you're telling us not to go?
And it kind of looks at the other two of you.
I am going to use my silence skill so that this thing does not know I'm here.
Okay.
Have fun perceiving me.
And Jeremy?
Cerulean is still unnerved since waking up on the hill covered in pollen, and is convinced that there's nothing but just illusions and fake portents here, things that are just trying to dissuade him. I would like to try and see, is there some remnant of a path or a road?
It's this trail that this stag is blocking straight on through.
All right. Then with that, Cerulean will full on pull his hands down over his face.
Okay.
Like a child mask hiding from everything.
Sure.
And invoke the ritual of mask.
Okay. I think that's one you can probably just do. So you disappear into this foliage.
Gone.
So you all by yourself.
And
Sick nasty.
this stag is going to say, those trinkets you carry say otherwise. And as you kind of look in your pockets, you feel that it's been filled with even more scribblings from the artist Agino.
Say otherwise to what? Wait a minute, I'm confused. That I'm looking for happy ending?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel these in my pocket, and I look at him, and I say, if you think me having these is me getting a happy ending, you are wrong. I destroyed the first one. I fucking hate this guy. This is the worst case scenario.
Leave them here, then.
Happily. And I just...
Do they just keep coming?
Yep, they just keep coming.
This is embarrassing. They're not going any. They keep coming. And I stop and I look up at them and I say, "Can I please just go by you?"
It'll think for a second, and it'll be like, if any man truly knew what awaited him in the cathedral, he would turn away happily with head held high to end his song as he saw fit. Are you this man?
I'm barely a man. I'm just kind of here, bro.
All right. And with that, it's gonna just turn away, like trudge through the woods away from you.
You cannot reason with crazy.
And with that, you guys
As he walks away, I just kind of like...
Do you look for us?
No, what I do is I realize that these trinkets, the only pockets I have are in my cloak. So I take my cloak off and I dig a little whoop around it and I light it on fire.
Okay.
And I continue down the path.
Okay. You guys following?
And then I stop real quick as I start walking and I'll go... And I turn around and realize nobody's there.
You turn around as Cerulean is uncomfortably close. And
I would say that you also, when you go to turn, like when you go to back up, I'm literally next to you as well. And the fact that you couldn't hear me.
Way to scare a guy. Are we good? Can we go?
Still with wild fear eyes. We must.
it seems like you were carrying a bit of a burden there. I'm glad you set it down. Let's go.
Do you want it? It's over there. It hasn't fully burned out yet. You can have it. It's pissing me the fuck off.
It is not something that you can give me that I want. Thank you.
Good. You don't want it either.
So you guys continue down this trail for a while longer, and you come to, laying out in two nice, neat rows, are 24 human skulls, each with their top cleanly sheared off. They've been stuffed full of wet dirt, and they each have like a carnivorous plant growing out the top of it as these flies sort of languidly fly around them.
It's funny because that's what I was gonna say. My mouth looked like in my nightmare, but I was like, nah, that's too
Venus
Too goofy.
So they're Venus flytraps.
Yeah, basically.
Just in large enough to eat a human.
Not
and-
that large.
no,
Oh, no?
it's
No,
little
the
skulls.
planters are the size of regular human skulls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But
Mine-
someone has taken care to lay them all out neatly.
They've used them like planters, like little pots.
Are they all
I mean, so,
like
this is
shoved
somebody's.
next to each other,
Nope.
or is it?
Nope, they've got
like-
nice little spaces, nice little 1 foot spaces.
Looks
in
like a
between.
garden.
Yeah, like a
Awesome.
garden display.
I was gonna take one, but if it's a garden, I can't.
You can't take a
I
I
garden.
can't take a garden.
For a moment, sit down and catch my breath, which seems to be growing increasingly more difficult as we get further into the forest here, and just let the buzzing insects that have been annoying us for as long as I can remember at this point.
I feel like it's been about a year now.
Hmm.
'Cause they go and I try and encourage them to feed these carnivorous plants as I once again as Cerulean starts whispering and muttering, ostensibly to the fly traps. Here, I'll help you with this cycle. Please, please, just let us get to our journey's end.
Okay.
Trying to force his like overly cheerful smile, but it comes out as more of a rictus, angry grin, kind of a like yeah, how do I smile again? Oh yeah, show all of the teeth. Here, you want to see teeth?
Okay. Okay.
That forced trying smile.
Okay. And as you sort of grin at them and sort of plead with them, all of the mouths of these fly traps sort of like turn in one direction, as if carried on the wind towards like this way.
Thank you. Like shakily gets to his feet, as if for some reason as if his knees have been hurting, and like as if watching pastrami limp along has inflicted those same wounds upon his knees. Cerulean also kind of grabs his chest for a moment, going, "It's hard to breathe. It'll pass."
I look at you, and I look at your state of being, and I see you rubbing your knee, and I see you rubbing your chest, and I go, first off, that, you'll get used to it. But that, what you're having is called a panic attack. You need to chill the fuck out. This place is fucking crazy. Take a few deep breaths. Take a few swigs of that little flask I gave you. There we go. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Alright, grab the flask, take a drink.
It's still chunky.
That's not alcohol. Why do you keep drinking that one?
You said out of the
That's not a
wrong-
flask
wrong
either.
flask. Wrong.
Okay, take the chunky one, throw it over there. Alright. Flask. It's metal. Drink out of it.
Cerulean goes to drink, and it's empty.
That's not possible.
No, it is. We are in evil forest.
Where?
I think we'll find our sucker later. Thank you, as he shakily hands the empty flask back.
I grab it, I put the lid back on.
You shake it and it sloshes.
cup.
Nothing comes out. Nothing comes out. You hear liquid inside.
And I grab my other one. Because that one's obviously broken.
You guys keep walking for a while, and eventually you do come to something interesting. You hear the subtle song of like church hymns. You see through the trees there's glints of silver and jade. The cathedral itself, the exterior of it, is a natural grove of massive, tightly packed trees, utterly overgrown with multiple feet thick of dense moss, encrusting the tiny gaps between the trunks. There seems to be only 2 ways inside. There's a small stream running underneath, sort of like a waterway inside, and there's a very tall, hollowed out trunk sticking out from the top like the church bell tower.
All right, real quick, I would like to use rewind on you because I zoned out because I have ADHD. I tuned back in when you said there was a waterway going down and there were 2 entrances. What is this?
This is the cathedral itself.
Yes.
We have made it to the cathedral.
We can
The
hear hymnals.
exterior of the cathedral, made out of massive trees, densely packed with moss.
Wonderful.
Impenetrable through these trees or moss.
And we hear
Only 2
hymnals.
ways
You
in.
said there's
Songs.
2 ways in.
Yes.
There's a
The waterway,
underground waterway and a big ass tree trunk.
a hollow tree that sort of acts as like the bell tower.
My vote's the water.
I think about the river that we went into earlier, the prayer that you said, the blessing you gave to the water, and I go to say that I agree. I hear my own voice get scared and get quiet again.
And then I look at you.
Cerulean looks at the bell tower and starts taking a step in that direction when there's like an almost twitch, like as if 1,000 tiny things that are swimming within him move his body toward the river. And his mind goes from, an easy climb to, it's been a while since we've been wet. We should swim.
We need the water now. Okay.
Looks like we've reached a consensus.
All right.
And I lead the way.
All right. So,
I do want to point out, this whole time the indentation,
Yeah.
I've slowly been like pulling it back out.
Yep.
When we have
it just sort of like flops around loosely. It doesn't like heal itself at all.
It feels like there's like
Kinda wanna
sand
do one
under
of
it, but
these
it's
to
dirt.
See if it'll,
Yeah,
like,
it just like shakes around like there's loose soil inside of it.
see if like the weight coming down on it will like even it out a little bit, so I don't have a big ass
Yeah,
indent.
it's like a bag of like dirt that you get at the hardware store.
So it feels like it evens out when you're walking.
but then you lift it back up and it just shifts downwards again.
I'm imagining like that one old pillow that you still haven't thrown out yet, where just like all the cushions moved to one side.
Yup.
Yeah.
Yep.
and it looks
like the
the
skin
bruise
is, like,
looks
pinched
eerily
and-
like my bruise here.
It does.
Yeah, nice and dark. Okay, so you get down in the water, swimming through the sluice that feeds the cathedral's well. It's twisty, pitch black, narrow, and only the strongest swimmers will be able to keep from drawing breath underwater. So I'll have you each make a risk roll.
I don't know how
Can
to
I?
swim.
I have acrobatics. Can I use?
You
that
can
for
use
my-
acrobatics, so
Cool.
I'll start with B.
Okay.
So this will be a risk roll.
I didn't
A
think
dark
about
die and a
this.
light die. What'd you get?
A 6 on my dark die.
Okay, so you swim. Your ruin is going to go up by
Yeah,
1.
Yeah.
Roll
In a
6,
condition.
That's a success.
It
That's-
is, but my ruin is getting high.
It's about to get real bad because we're in ring 4.
Do we?
Oh,
Or no, we're
this,
at the cathedral.
This is the end,
Ring
brother.
5 is when
Ring
you get
5.
inside the cathedral.
Or when we get inside. So we're still in ring 4.
Oh, let's see here. I have a good one here. Your hair all over your body, your head, anywhere else, It gets wetter and heavier until it's soaked through and dripping and will never dry out.
Oh no, I use my hair for my rituals. Oh no.
Damp hair.
Just always damp.
Always
It's just
wet.
constantly dripping no matter how much you wring it out.
What is this, the ring?
But you do get inside, so you're inside for now. Jeremy, do you have any relevant skills to swimming through this
I do.
Okay, what have you got?
Construction.
construction?
specifically,
Okay,
To be able to know where they would put.
like an air gap,
Yeah.
basically. Okay.
You got something good for me, bargain wise? I mean, there is pastrami coming after me. So.
All right. I will say, based on you like going underwater, you might take a lungful of air, and you might lose the ability to speak coherently
Ooh, that's fun. I have one.
as
though.
you're like coughing and hacking from all this water that you've swallowed.
So this is something that happens no matter the result of the death.
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
No matter the result, as soon as you go under the water, something very large and moving bumps into you
Got anything?
and
for me?
almost like hits you with a.
I would say, regardless of the results, you've already experienced subjugation. You're afraid of it. That panic attack you were having earlier is only going to be worsened by the oppressive feeling of this water around you. And it's just going to keep building that panic in you.
All right. I'd like to add on that. No matter what, after getting out of the water, I will not go back into this river.
Okay. I like that a lot.
So the panic gets worse and you won't go back in the river.
That's a 5.
Okay.
That's two of them.
It is 2 of them.
That's crazy.
Okay, so you do manage to get through this sluice with a bit of difficulty. You're having to, like, bob your head up. It's very uncomfortable because there's only like an inch of air that you can suck down before you have to go back under.
I assume at each air gap, it gets harder and harder to force myself back under.
Right.
Just a bit further. Just
Right.
a little
Yep.
further.
Yep, let me just stay here. Yep, as you plunge into this like disgusting green water each time. And Cameron.
First things first.
Yeah.
You didn't realize how deep it was?
See, you
Second.
sink down in.
He doesn't know how to swim.
Oh. Do you have any skills that could help you?
Persistence.
I like that. We can use that, and you'll roll a dark die. What kind of devil's bargain do you want to take, or do you want to not take any?
I'll listen to the options.
What do we think?
He doesn't usually know how to swim. So my thought is, regardless of how you roll, these cuts
Mm-hmm.
that you have from running through briars seemingly are going to get gashed open.
Or I think they're gonna get infected.
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna hit at the heart of pastrami here.
Oh,
He doesn't know how to swim, and so flails around a lot. And the things that he's carrying on him, his flasks, his weapons, fall and sink down into the river itself.
Absolutely the fuck not. We're going with yours. My cuts are opening.
Okay, let's
Getting
have
gashed
it.
open and infected.
That's fine. I am
Yes.
not losing my flask.
Let's see.
6 on the light. 6 on the light.
All right.
Success!
All right.
I don't know how to swim, but I make it somehow.
So you're like going along the bottom, you're like rubbing up against like some of these stones and this wood, and it's just like tearing these cuts open, and you're getting like new cuts. The water is like turning red around you. From
And-
how badly you're getting cut.
And maybe some mud is coming out
Yeah,
of those
you've got-
cuts.
you've
You've
got,
got
like,
soil.
You've got like mud coming out from your cuts.
My blood is mud.
So you've got like blood and red, blood, mud. It's all mixing in the green. It's a puddle and it's terrifying, and you don't know how the fuck you got through this.
I'm imagining that there are little fish, little minnows that are just biting at the edges of these cuts too, just little nips.
And with that, You're each sputtering and hacking and coughing as you wash up inside Ring 5, the Flocculent Cathedral.
Bum ba bum 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 bum.
So inside, you see, the hymns have stopped. You see inside of here, there's an intricately, delicately wrought silver candelabra. These very well-made statues of dozens and dozens of saints ringing the walls. There's a heavy book in green leather sitting up on the pew. There's these stone benches covered in thick moss. It's very quiet, very somber in here. And inside, something is going to happen. As you enter, these 3 lights are going to start to hover above you. And this is the spirits of your 3 saints manifesting. To each of you, your own saint appears more beautiful than you could possibly imagine. But the saints of the others appear hideous and evil and vile. So tell me, B, how your saint is more beautiful than you could have possibly imagined, and how one of the other ones is hideous and twisted.
So, not only is she wearing these beautiful, free-flowing clothes that are free from the feigned propriety that I've tried to keep up, she is showing off what the gods gave her, and she has that blue tint of lipstick that I received earlier, and she just seems free and exudes this confidence, this ability to carry herself, to be the one in charge of her life. She looks the epitome of freedom. And I have to explain theirs too?
Yeah, one of theirs.
One of them.
Just how hideous and ugly and evil it looks.
I will choose Mr. Sacred Geometry.
Good, because I want yours.
His scar that he looks like it's still bleeding. And I see the madness that it makes it look like this man who's supposed to be an expert in sacred geometry, who's supposed to be taking in all this knowledge, looks like he couldn't even form a coherent sentence. It's clear in his eyes and the way he's looking at me, and he's shaking, and he seems weak, not like this man, this bastion of knowledge that took on the ley lines. He seems frightened, fragile, and just like a madman. And the horrifying aspect is that blood that's seeping all throughout his clothes and everything from his scar, he's like wiping it all over himself nervously.
Okay. Jeremy, we'll do you next.
All right. The Saint of Geomancers is, I view him as ringed in beautiful light. It's all like light coming through a prism, perfect splits in bands of color, each of them going along perfect lines in a hexagonal form around him. His eyes are bright and clear, as if they can see into infinity, see along all of the pathways that are leading here, see how everything is interconnected, and just has this beautiful like rainbow light about him. That ox, though, that
ox,
large creature, that thing that is so performatively strong and boisterous. The front half of it is a large ox carrying this massive barrel, this party time. But the back end, there's some darkness, some strands, something coming out of the ground and reaching up into it, as if the ox itself is being puppeted by something massive and dark and hidden.
Lovely. Cameron.
So what the ox actually looks like. He's buff. His muscles are gleaming. They're bulging. They got the veins.
Mhm.
He is like the epitome of a muscle man
Uh-huh.
in an ox. His horns are shining,
Mhm.
almost glowing in their penis shape. His penis, well endowed and erect.
I'm going to have to put a no 18 and under warning on this. Thanks.
You're welcome. And the barrel on his back seems to be fountaining the most beautiful of meads and whiskeys.
Okay.
However, that woman, saggy tits, they went down to her waist. Full blue waffle going on. Pimples on the face. Hair a mess. Makeup a mess. Looking a hot mess.
That's hilarious.
You're the one who had their saint just be a naked woman.
She was not the saint of vanity, so you just didn't.
What's she the saint of? Stealthiness?
Rogue likeness,
She's like a
seduction.
courtesan,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you lure the guy in, you jank him in the neck.
Kind of hard to lure a guy in when you look like that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I use the sweetest honeyed words. Guys will be like, whatever.
So,
Whatever.
so in this ancient Kaldurian language, the saints began to speak in this holy tongue, and each of you receives visions. You see your companions on this journey having their own drives fulfilled, but you also see them casually indulging in the glory of having completed your drive. Tell me how they're enjoying the spoils of your victory and how this leads to your downfall.
So these two make it to the Forbidden Festival. Him with his betrothed. Him completely free of the curse of this artist. Clear-minded, not so crotchety anymore. They're experiencing freedom and love in abundance. Meanwhile, I'm left with the curse of not knowing if I'm still Haley. Why does my skin feel like liquid? Who am I? And so I continue to fall into madness. And they get to experience the festival.
Okay. Jeremy?
Cerulean sees each of them going around the cathedral and picking up these treasures that are have value beyond any measure. Enough riches to become kings in their own right. Enough to be a king's ransom, which is exactly what Cerulean needs. And Cerulean's looking around, trying to find that perfect gift. And he sees them go forward, and the horrible beast that attacked his betrothed's younger brother, that Cerulean ran away from all those years ago, are stalking them. Cerulean has become attached to these two and runs forward and yells, screams at these creatures, and without thinking of how to get away, the creatures turn their eyes, each of them having one eye that is pupil too big, one eye that pupils pinpricked, as they descend upon Cerulean, as he lets out a horrible scream as he feels himself being ripped limb from limb.
Lovely, lovely. Cameron,
Can I ask you to read the prompt one more time for me?
how do you see them not just enjoying their own victories, but casually enjoying yours as well? And how does it lead to your downfall?
Here's the thing. Pastrami wants one thing,
Mm-hmm.
and that is the downfall of Ahino
Mm-hmm.
and all of his work. To see these two relishing their own victories while at the same time destroying Ahino's work, the thing that I came here for, I don't think there would be any negative side to this, because this is what he wants. He wants this stuff to be destroyed.
So instead of us destroying him,
They became the objects of Ahino's fascination.
yes,
He becomes they become his new muse. And he creates hundreds and hundreds
There
of
it is.
beautiful paintings of the both of them.
while we lavish in our riches and I get my freedom, my forbidden festival. He
I like the
gets-
building on fire.
Okay. We're not quite there yet.
I mean, that's how I would react.
Sure.
Like, if that's how I would perceive that, my downfall being them being his muses.
Yes.
I don't care about these people that much. I don't care how long I may seem to have been with them. I came here for one purpose. They are a means to an end for this crotchety old man.
And you can't
Okay.
swim, so
And I can't swim, so there's only one other way out.
no, there's two.
Climb through the rafters.
No, you could just drown.
I could just drown. I'm not going to do that.
We'll come to that shortly.
That's crazy.
um,
He said we'll get there shortly.
So, as you guys are all becoming enraged by these visions of your companions indulging, the saints also show you visions of the object of your fondest desires, locked away in the crypts below, buried under the altar, grown into the woods of the walls, suspended in the webs in the rafters. All that's required, in the end, is blood. Blood to open the crypt, blood to part the waters, blood to pull back the boughs, blood that has come from the outside, blood that has been tempered by the forest. The more you can spill, the easier your path. The saints are quite clear on this. So tell me what you would like to do.
I'm actively bleeding, so
That is true. All of
I
his
feel like at this
cuts
point
are.
I'm already giving my offering. Just consistently this entire time. I'm just going to continue to stand there and bleed.
Couldn't hurt if you had a little more. I draw my blade.
If you want yours, get it yourself. Only your blood will work on this.
No, just ask for blood.
I pull out
The
a
more
short
we
sword from inside of my shirt. You're not going to fucking touch me.
Cerulean sees both of them turn to one another as, for the first time since seeing this building, his Cheshire Cat grin comes back true and in full and says, "Now there's an easy solution here. Clearly, the weakest one of us has to spill some blood. Doesn't have to be a lot, just enough."
I immediately look at her.
And I look at you.
And Cerulean is looking at both of you, just smiling.
I looking at you, I kind of do like a twitch with my eye, and then look at him. It's a big man right there, isn't it? Big man has lots of blood, doesn't he?
I hear this and I process that it did say the more blood, the better. Or the easier.
I'm gonna...
And I don't visibly turn, but my attention has turned.
Cerulean will pull out a long silver hairpin, go through and prick each of his fingers in turn, and on the ground starts forming an intricate geometric shape. Some sort of eight-sided image with interconnecting lines. That's one. As he starts to move and go to make another one, that image, that bloody sigil starts squirming as if one giant mass of creatures as it tries to slowly form and make the blood go toward the water. Cerulean starts making others. Oh, what did you two think? Simple, really. We've come this way, and all it asks is a little blood. So let's show we are willing.
I kind of gesture to all the cuts on my body that are actively bleeding.
Those were not willingly given.
Are you holding a knife out? Like,
It's like a needle.
hairpin.
It's a hairpin.
oh,
Yeah.
no, that's boring.
Yeah.
Even with all the blood you're leaking, the pathways aren't opening.
I see. So then I'll take the short sword that I have out, and I'll just start bleeding onto the ground. Did it say on the ground? Did it say that we had
It
to put
just
somewhere?
says it just says you have to spill blood.
Didn't say where, so I'll just start squeezing some blood out of my hand.
You try to squeeze it out, and dirt comes out instead.
No blood?
No blood. Just dirt, like gravel, starts pouring out of your palm.
Do they see blood?
No.
I do that. It's dirt and gravel. I stop. I look at you guys, and I say, guess I can't help.
Maybe if I try.
I hold my hand out.
Use my dagger.
It's dirt.
That's useless.
He
I
is-
run my dagger.
He is dirt.
I am dirt.
I run my dagger up the side of my thigh where I've ripped open my dress, and just kind of the water, that's constantly dripping, joins the blood, and it's just like this waterfall of blood down my leg.
Okay. Is that all you're going to do?
Yeah.
Okay. You do that.
What are the odds she hit an artery on accident?
On my thigh?
I'll have
on the
you-
outside of my thigh?
I'll have you make me a ruin roll.
Okay.
It's a dark die.
5.
What's your current ruin?
4.
You go up one ruin, and you take another condition.
Oh yeah, you.
We will say. Oh.
Damn.
Oh god, there's
Punished for rolling high. That sucks.
On a dark die, yeah.
That's crazy.
You want those to be low, you want your light dice to be high.
Let's see, which one do I want to pick?
I'll pick one.
Oh, no, I've got it here. A minor wound you took now seems to have a permanent cloud of tiny, bright, crimson bugs hovering around it.
Oh, I hate that.
Would you
Yucky.
call the wound they just made minor?
Yeah, I mean, I
I
didn't
wouldn't.
dig
Uh,
into my skin.
They're like landing around it, trying to stick their little probes out into it. And the cathedral still does not seem satisfied. Jeremy, what are you doing?
Cerulean glares at Pastrami, his eye twitching a bit.
The forest
Like-
turned me into dirt.
Like your flask before, you are empty. But I don't think it's all over. Take this. Holds out the hairpin.
No.
Find some blood.
All right. Yeah, I'll take it.
Cerulean squeezing more blood out of each of his fingers, and at this point he's drawing a big massive geometric symbol on the wall, realizing that it's the symbol for the geometric symbol for travel, linking ley lines, thinking that maybe, just maybe, he can open some sort of portal from here back home. He can almost hear his betrothed's voice. Please come home. You're so close. Just come home.
I will say the cathedral seems not to respond. It seems these spirits of these saints demand something more drastic.
I will tap my dagger. I will put the tip to my lips and I will say, listen, I think my saint was quite clear on what is required here. I don't believe that all of us can make it out alive. You mentioned the weakest. Perhaps there are many measures of strength. Good luck. And then I'm going to...
Okay, we're going to call this a contest roll. So the way this will work is each opposing player is going to take a light die if they have a relevant skill.
Security.
Okay.
I've got destruction, persistence, or strength. And I think any one of those.
Yeah. Pick any one you think would work.
Strength!
Strong.
You're going to add a light die for each ruin that you have.
Cool.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hey, look, 2 more.
So a skill die and then also our ruin die, or
I'll get to that in just a moment.
Okay.
So you take a light die for each ruin you have, 1 skill die. You'll take 1 dark die, then as many dark dice as you want.
That's terrifying. Okay, but remember what happens to you with these dark dice if it's higher than your ruin. I'm just gonna take the 1.
So the
I
way
will
this
die.
will work is whoever has the most 6s period wins.
Okay.
For each dark die that rolls a 1, gain 1 ruin.
That rolls a 1?
Yes.
Just a 1.
Yes.
Say less.
So you want as many 6s as you can get, and you don't want any 1s on the dark die.
What you got?
I got 1 6.
You fuck.
And I got 0 1s on my dark dice.
I also got
Everything
0
was
ones on my dark die.
3s
I
and
got
5s,
no
1,
sixes,
2 4s, and a
which is
6.
statistically
So-
crazy.
Cam, you're going to win this little duel that you have. So tell me how you thoroughly defeat Haley.
Like, defeat?
I literally have 1 ruin. Like I die.
Yep.
So
Oh, bet. Alright, we're gonna take our hands, we're gonna fuck that dagger.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna catch it, we're gonna right across the throat.
Okay, so yeah.
rip that bruise, and much like your dirt, it just whoops.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. It
Yeah,
just
the
ripped.
whole
I'll say that yours is like a spray of like mushroom spores
Yeah.
spray out.
Terrifying.
no blood.
As
Just
you
mushroom
like,
spores.
you collapse on the floor of the cathedral. The mushroom spores come out. Mycelium starts spreading, and your blood like flows down across the floor.
Wet and bloody.
Yes.
Lots of water from my hair and feeding the mushrooms real well.
But plenty of blood, right? Plenty of blood.
Yes, plenty of blood.
Alright,
Jeremy, what are you doing, Jeremy?
All right. Cerulean sees this full-on Tarantino-esque spray
Yeah,
of arterial
Very
blood,
much like a Kurosawa movie.
and sees it spraying across the ground and across the walls and ruining his current design. And Cerulean's head whips and looks at Pastrami and goes, "We are so close to this finally working, and you had to go and ruin it. As Cerulean jumps on one of these pews and points at Pastrami and says, I think it is time that you spread as much of that blood as possible. And he points to the highest rafters. Up there. I would like to try and use Compel to have a
Which gets an
contested roll.
extra dark die.
Yeah, we'll call this another contest roll, actually.
So you have to take at least 2 because of
Yep.
command. And then
So you'll take 1 for using a skill. Then you'll take as many light dice as you have ruin.
Yep.
And then you'll take 2 dark dice, plus as many dark dice as you want. And Cam, you will do the same.
Do you think persistence?
Yeah, I'll call that persistence, like you're resisting his will. And you want the most
ooh, there's
Jesus
ones.
Christ.
I saw ones on some dark die.
Jeremy, tell me what you got there.
Holy 6s.
How many 6s did you get?
So many.
5.
5 6s.
And we got some ones
How
over
many,
here.
how many 1s did you get?
I got 0 ones on dark dice.
Okay, cool. Cam,
I rolled 2 6s
okay, 2 6s.
and 3 1s.
Okay,
I'm dead.
and 3 1s. Yep. So tell me, what was your original ruin before this? You had
For
4?
this, 4. Yeah.
Okay. So
That brings me up to 7.
you are,
Well, is it just the dark die ones that matter?
Yeah.
yeah, the dark
So
die
it does
one.
take you to 5
Yeah.
still. You still die.
Takes me to 7, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll say that Cam, you are just forced to compel, or you are just forced to follow his orders. And you feel yourself marching up this hollowed out tree trunk all the way up to the top.
I feel like I'd be carrying this corpse with blood in it because I know I don't have any blood in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're
He
trying
said,
to
"Spread
splatter
the blood."
Yeah.
So
I
you-
don't have any. I'm taking the blood with me.
And tell me how your body is like slowly like crumbling into like some sort of forest entity as you're marching up
So-
these stairs.
As I'm marching up the stairs with a body in my arms,
Mm-hmm.
I have all these cuts on me that, as I strain my muscles, just open a little bit more
Mhm.
and more and more as my body just rips itself apart.
Okay. And eventually you get up to like this top step where like the bell of the bell tower would be, and you sort of just collapse forward as your body just crumbles apart.
And I turn into dirt.
Yep. So you're like a big dirty pile falling down, followed by this huge splat.
Oh, I like to think I was carrying her like this, and if I fell forward,
The dirt would land on
the
top.
dirt
of her.
would land on top of her.
Okay. So it's
Therefore,
got like
no blood spatter.
it's like this nice muddy sludge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dirty blood.
Jeremy. So you're
Well,
here
No,
alone.
there's blood. It's just muddy.
You're here alone in the cathedral now in this muddy, bloody scene. And as your companions expire, you notice the floor starts to rift open. And there's a series of mossy steps down into the lower level.
Cerulean takes a few steps forward, slips in the blood.
You like tumble down the stairs
It's more of a
like a strip onto your butt.
it's like a baby deer trying to learn how to walk the first time,
Okay.
slipping
Yeah.
and jerking. Like stairs are a foreign concept to him.
Okay. You go down these stairs, and here at long last is your darkness. No glimmer of light, no single shimmer to lead your way as you enter the crypts to find the thing you seek.
Cerulean feels around. Ah, yes, the fiery one. Pastrami, if I could have some of your alcohol to to make a torch. No matter. We can find our way. Haley, if you could just scout forward and find... It's fine. I'm fine. As Cerulean is on his hands and knees, crawling forward, trying to find the bones of the saints.
Mm-hmm.
And he realizes there's a wall there. And there. And there. And here. And the ceiling is here. And that he is trapped.
Okay. All right. And I think with that, we'll sort of zoom out a little bit to a view of the cathedral. Horribly messy. There's moss growing up where this horrible bloody mess has been made very quickly. You zoom out. The path is shifting. And somewhere left behind in all of these horrible misadventures that you've had is a letter on the ground, folded up neatly, lost in whatever clothes that you had, from your betrothed. And it says, "To Cerulean." And like this wistful music starts playing over the background. It's gonna be something like, "Oh, you said you'd take me to the forest again someday, but you never did. Well, I'm alone there now, waiting for you to come find me. But you never do. So I lay here, wrapped in my cocoon of pain and loneliness. I'm sorry things had to end this way, but I want you to know that despite of everything that happened, you made me happy. I hope someday you'll find this. We can head back to the woods together. But I feel like it wouldn't be the same. There's a beauty in Caldur. It's hard to understand without being there. The darkness is hard to understand too. And when you see beauty in darkness, it changes something in you. The darkness tries to colonize you. And that is our journey to the Flocculent Cathedral.
Oh my god. You tried to kill me!
That's what my saint told me to do.
That's crazy.
I like Trophy Dark. I bet a room full of DMs would be, oh my god.
Is this not a room full of DMs?
It is, but that's, I'm like, if it was more DMs, do you know how intense that could get?
Get T. Sully involved?
Oh my gosh.
I'm
just imagining Q sitting at this table.
I appreciate being all in the mind space of going to a dark place and doing dark, horrifying things.
Yeah.
It's too often I've had experiences in the past where I've tried to have horror and people are either too macho or too zoned out to really buy in.
Yeah, well, I like having joke characters as levity too for these situations because sometimes it can reach that space where you're like, so
And
that
then
is
I'm over here like, the fuck are y'all doing?
yeah. While we're literally going crazy, falling apart to madness, you're like, I'm too stupid to be afraid. But thank you so much for joining us in our journey.
Thanks for watching.
Yes, I hope you all enjoyed the absolute insanity that was. Trophy Dark is probably now my new favorite. That
Once
was
again,
fun.
the soul of pastrami has been released. We picked up another time.
Yes, that was so
See
much
you
fun.
next
We
time.
will. Junior officers, dismissed.
Bye, guys. Thanks for hanging out.